He's not an idiot, he's just Swedish.
Heyo, 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 heyo. It is Friday. It's finally Friday. It is end of the work week. And I used a new shampoo today. I got it recommended by a hairdresser who says, this will add volume. And I thought, well, why not? And yeah, it kind of did. And it's all over the place. This is tried to comb straight, some sort of. Yeah, lot of hair. Hey yo, I see Mike L, Mads, Lou, Psychotic Doll, Sandra. Well, there's one or two of you showing up here, and I see that over at Rumble we have a handful watching. How's your work week? How was your work week? Was it as much of a clusterf as the rest of the week in legal news have been? I sure hope not. I sure hope not. We have seen Miss Greta Thunberg arrested twice, which brings her total up to 4 arrests and 2 convictions since July of this year. And if that wasn't enough, well, she posted an interesting photo on Twitter. And that became a clusterf. That became a clusterf. What happened next? Rex Heuermann, the dildo bitch, serial killer. Well, apparently somebody found more victims. Now that is not the clusterf. It is the press conference where, well, how to combine neon green, purple, a pink scrunchie, all into a press conference, which was quite serious. Yeah, that was interesting. And we also have the Delphi-case Clusterf. And all right, that yeah, when things were looking good for Richard Allen, and then Clusterf, and then Clusterf. Oh, Jesus Christ, what Clusterfs it became. As per usual, I have invited a bunch of people. I have no idea if they will show up or not. I hope they will. Some will show up in the chat because they have other obligations. Some will hopefully show up later on, and some will not. So far, it's just you and me. Cheers. Well, my week started with I kind of forgot to sleep between Sunday and Monday, but no worries, I will catch up. And between Monday and Tuesday, I got a normal night's sleep. I mean, didn't catch up. Between Tuesday and Wednesday, I kind of forgot to sleep again. So I've been trying to catch up ever since. But today, I got an almost full night's sleep, which for me is around 3.5 hours. Then I got a good nap before this stream started. And normally this would be my weekend where I go off to my inspection rounds. And I don't this weekend. I'm having this weekend off. Hence, beer. And the beer of today is Sitting Bulldog IPA. I also have Maduro Brown Ale, which, it's supposed to be a cigar smoker's beer. I have no idea. I've never tried it. Never tried it. Hi, Robin. How am I? Well, I'm catching up on sleep. I will do that tomorrow, definitely. So tonight I will hopefully have a beer or two, maybe a drink or two with you all. Just walking you all through the Clusterf that has been this week in law. I also have cling cling. This is a local beer. Light Malmö lager. And this is my soccer team's beer. Malmö FF. Yeah. So that is what's going on today. But I have also prepared for vodka orange juice. Orange juice. And vodka. Sleep. What is this sleep you speak of? Yeah, it eludes me. Mads, hence it's storming most of the weekend. Oh yeah, Scandinavia, the south part of Scandinavia is having a yellow warning for storm and storm surges. My end of Sweden are having an orange warning with up to locally 6 feet of storm surge, which is a lot in this end of the country. And this is because normally you get eastbound winds over Denmark that way. Everything is built for it, everything is prepared for it. Now it is, let's see here, northwest bound, this storm, which is wreaking havoc with trees falling everywhere, storm surges, and I'm keeping an eye out because I have an old tree in that direction, which normally, if it storms, the wind goes that way, and if something happens, it will crack that way. Today, this weekend, wind is going that way, and yeah, so I have to keep an eye out for that, securing everything and tying everything down that I need to, and stuff like that. 3 to 4 hours of sleep is my normal too. Yeah, I sleep twice a day, between 3.5 hours. I have done that since I was a teenager. Drove my parents nuts, but it suits me, and see no reason to not continue doing that. Fedorevsky, Valhalla. You have an invite. It's on your Discord if you want to join. No image or sound. People, sound check. Sound check. Is Mads the only one who doesn't hear or see me? Audra says all good here. Oh, he messaged me back. I didn't see that. Discord. I will check what you replied. Valhalla says I'm good. Okay, Mads, refresh. But if he has no image or sound, he can't hear me anyway. Oh. Okay. Valhalla will be in the chat today, and so will others. But I do have invited the usual suspects. Hopefully, one or two of them will arrive. Oh yeah, okay. 5 by 5 here. Okay. Fedorevsky. Okay. Refresh stream if you don't have image or sound. Oop. Get drunk and have a dude time. Yep. Okay, let's see. I've been forking around for almost 15 minutes. Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? Does anybody know what time it is? I know what time it is. It's grifting time! Yes. This channel it survives, but it is dependent on... It costs me $350 a month to keep it afloat. That is paid through memberships. Now, last month, I have not streamed on the usual... what do you call it? I've not streamed the usual amount, what I used to. I haven't gotten into the trials I was hoping for because I'm still waiting for Andrew Tate. I'm still waiting for Young Thug. And it's been postponed. So tonight on this stream, please consider becoming a member or gifting memberships to others that for some reason can't afford. I know it's... the economy all around the world is into shambles because our governments printed a lot of money and then said it's our fault. But yeah, fun times. But if you would consider becoming a member, it's $3 a month, and you get members-only content and stuff like that. And if we reach tonight during this stream, let's put a good target here. Let's say 75 memberships, either by yourself or by gifting, next week I will produce one members only video per day. All right? That's a good deal? Okay. And order goes off with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much to Sandra, to Clark, to Peanut, to Sauder, and Dirk Diggler. Thank you so much, Audra. So that okay, that is 70 left. This one, and Rabbit posted the link to how you become or allow gifts link if you don't have that posted. There's also a PayPal link in the description below, both here and on Rumble, it should be. And I see that Cyrene Pickle is over there at Rumble. Yay! Let's see. Oh, there's between 9 and 12 watching over at Rumble at the moment. Yeah, nice. Very nice. And Rabbit gifted 5. We are 65 lacking. Thank you so much towards tonight's goal. And Lorraine, Victoria, Bridget, Sarah, and Amy was gifted. Thank you so much, Rabbit. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And over at Rumble, if I have no idea how to change from $5 to $3 for a subscribe, whatever it's called. But if you choose, I would much appreciate it. I will count that towards this goal as well. And over at Rumble, everything I earn at the Rumble will go towards building my new studio. And that build will commence this spring. Just so you know. Thank you so much. And that concludes Grifting time for this hour at least. I'm so bad at grifting, but so I created that one just so I could have a reason for it. All right, let's see what the poll says. You all want to hear first and foremost about the Delphi-case Clusterf. And yeah, this, let's see here. Share screen. Add to stage. There it is. Dun dun dun. Full screen. Let's go.
We on? All right, we are on the record in State of Indiana versus Richard Allen, 08C012210MR1. Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. McClellan, Mr. Luttrell, for your patience. We've had an unexpected turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier this afternoon, the defense attorneys have withdrawn their representation of Mr. Allen. Mr. Baldwin made an oral motion to withdraw. I granted that oral motion to withdraw, and Mr. Rosie will be submitting a written motion to withdraw, I'm assuming within the next couple of days. They have confirmed with the court that Mr. Allen's financial situation remains static, meaning he is continuing to be entitled to appointed counsel. I will reach out to public defenders to make that appointment. As Mr. Allen is now without counsel, I've ordered him transported back to the Department of Correction. Mr. McClellan, I know that we have already scheduled a hearing in the Carroll Circuit Court October 31st at 9 a.m. I'd like to maintain that hearing if we can, please. I think at that point we can have counsel appointed. I'd like to set a new trial date. Obviously, I don't believe counsel will be prepared within the next couple of months to try a case of this magnitude in January. So we'll set dates for the trial. I think we need to set a date as well for the suppression hearing that was filed now by former counsel. I have asked the attorneys to provide all of the discovery previously provided back to the state of Indiana. I know I entered a protective order on the discovery, and honestly, I don't remember when that was. I think it was in April of this year, perhaps, maybe sooner. But the attorneys have been ordered to provide all of that discovery back to the state. And if you would maintain that until such time as it can be turned over to successor counsel, I would appreciate that, Mr. McClelland. I've also asked the defense attorneys to cooperate with successor counsel. They're not required to do that, but I think that they will in the best interests of Mr. Allen. They're not required to provide any of their work product, but they will be required and have indicated that they will cooperate with successor counsel. So obviously, without counsel, Mr. Allen's hearing cannot proceed. I apologize that I know many of you have been waiting for several hours. I know, Mr. McClelland, you and your staff, and you had some witnesses here that came earlier to have the hearing, but clearly this is outside of our control. So is there anything, Mr. McClelland, that you'd like to state for the record?
No, Your Honor, I think we can address the other issues at the October 31st court date.
All right. With that being said, then, we are in recess. Thank you. I'll see you in October.
All right. Now, how did this happen? Why did the Delphi, Richard Allen's defense team, why did they all booted themselves out of this? Well, there was a leak of the crime scene photos. Nobody really knew from who. There was an investigation, and the investigation found out that somebody close to the defense leaked the photos. Not the defense. Close to. I will get this article from Fox News so we can all read through it. Hold on. Delphi murder suspect Richard Allen's defense team withdraws from case after alleged leaked photos. The defense, that is very small text. There. The defense counsel for Delphi murders suspect Richard Allen withdrew from the double murder case Thursday after allegations that leaked photos of the crime scene came from one of the attorney's associates. Now, associates doesn't mean they are working within the law firm or for the defense. Just that person is associated with the defense. Thank you, K-Squad, for becoming a member. And before I forget it, thank you, Lou Hillier Site, for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much. It was gifted to Jingleberry, Color Mountain Girl, Marge, Jude Curio, Susan Lee. Congratulations. And there is already lots of members-only content for you to go through. But, and that goes down. Now we have 16 gifted, which leaves us with 59 left for today's goal. And if we reach that goal, I will produce a members-only video each day of the week. All right. Dave just finished handling my pumpkins, and I'll be there. Pumpkins as in the vegetable, or pumpkins as in people? We will know shortly. Yeah, Rabbit, not feeling so well. Get well soon. And again, Gigi, my moderator, my first moderator, my best moderator, you see she's not here. She is still very, very ill. So please send your thoughts, prayers, whoever you pray towards her because she really needs it. Hi, Farrell. Hi. All right, but let's get back to this article before the gruesome images, which were shared via text and appeared on social media, were taken in the wooded area of the Monon High Bridge Trail in Delphi, Indiana, where Libby and Abby was killed after they disappeared from a hike 2017. Quote, "We have an unexpected turn of events, ladies and gentlemen," Carroll County Judge Frank Goll said during Thursday's hearing, which was recorded by Fox Indianapolis. Earlier this afternoon, the defense attorneys had withdrawn the representation of Mr. Allen. Goll ordered Allen, who is entitled to new counsel, to be sent back to Westville Correctional Facility. Yeah, and if you remember, this defense team fought tooth and nail for him to be transferred from that prison because he is suffering there. He has lost well over 100 pounds in weight. He is a shell. He's being subjected, allegedly, to bullying, lack of stimulation, lack of everything, locked up almost 24/7, 365 since they put him there. And he is suffering. They had a good amount of motions in place to get him out of there, and all of a sudden, this happens. They have to, or were coerced or forced to withdraw as counsel. Baldwin's attorney, David Hennessy. Baldwin is the attorney. He got himself representation, of course. David Hennessy told Fox News Digital that the attorneys did not quit the case, but withdrew under coercive circumstances. Not sure what those were, but I would assume that... But I assume those are either you quit or we are filing charges. Or we will force you to quit. Your motions and whatever. And this because an associate, now that associate was a person who used to work with the law firm, but haven't done so in years. And how that person got a hold of the photos, don't know. Speculatively, since he had worked at the law firm, they might have said, what do you get out of this? Please help us. Can you get some insight? Maybe they sent it to them, or maybe they had him watch it, or he got a hold of them, and all of a sudden he decided to leak them. I don't know why he would do that. Maybe he thought it was a good idea, but everybody in this case has a gag order on the evidence. It's not for distribution. Only the prosecution can make press conferences and make allegations, apparently, which they do. And after that person found out that he was investigated, he self-ended. Which is really, really strange for me. Why would you self-end over something like this? Maybe that person had issues? We don't know. Because nobody says anything as per usual when it comes to the Delphi case. The prosecution, the judge, the cops, everybody wants everything quiet around the Delphi case. Everything. And even if that associate did it without being prompted by the defense to do it, why does the defense have to withdraw? I don't understand. I hope Dave can, when he shows up here, he can explain this to me. because I don't understand why this, now it's serious that these photos were leaked. It's really, really serious. Now, I won't show them, but they are out there. But why was this? There are so many cases out there where the prosecution leaks, where the cops leak. There's so many cases out there. And okay, Stern talking to, at most. But in this case, full investigation, person self-defense, and the defense team gets yeeted. There, as Mo said earlier this week, there's no wonder why there are so many theories circling around this case when the prosecution and the cops act like this. There's no wonder. Let's continue. They decided to leave their lives to an innocent client, he said. Hennessy filed a memo Thursday to argue that Baldwin should not be disqualified from representing Allen because they had developed a strong and trusting bond prior to his withdrawal. Yeah, they had done an amazing job with the defense of Richard Allen. Amazing job. Maybe, speculatively, too good of a job. We can only speculate because we don't know. And that's infuriating. That we can only speculate that maybe the prosecution, public defenders, they will show up, they will make a standard argument, do the bare minimum, and we can convict this guy and everybody is happy, and then he will die in prison. But they dug up enormous amount of prosecution and police shenanigans. Because, in my opinion, personal opinion, not legal advice or barely with law, the amount of shenanigans if this leak is enough to get the defense team yeeted, then everything the prosecution has done for the past 5 years in this case should get them a foot in the arse long ago. But they still on the case. Let's continue. Quote, disqualification of either of his court-appointed attorneys would greatly prejudice his right to counsel and a timely trial. I agree, Hennessy said in the filing. Disqualification of counsel is an extreme remedy for any alleged or perceived violation of a court's order. Most of, not all cases concerning disqualification of counsel involve conflicts of interest. Yes, and this is not a conflict of interest. This is not a conflict of interest. This is leaked photos of a crime scene. And we all know that this crime scene is highly suspicious. Everything surrounding it with the Odinist lead. It's so weird, and I don't like weird when it comes to trial. Law Kong Express says, gravely says, trust the prosecution. Everybody go subscribe to Law Kong Express. He has excellent coverage of the Zachariah Anderson trial. Excellent. His mind works different than mine. And his takes on the Zachariah Anderson case makes me, didn't think of that. Thank you so much. So everybody, subscribe to Law Kong Express. Okay. And talking about subscribing. Yes, Dave. Oh, hold on. There.
No,
Hi.
there I am. Hello.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Just trying to find a fun work-life streaming balance. That's always a good time.
When you do, please tell me, because I haven't found it yet.
So, everyone I talk to says, like, well, yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Now-
everybody in the chat.
Have you listened in on the Delphi-case? were-
I know they were your people that did this, right? The Odin worshippers. That's all I know.
Debatable. Yeah, but the entire defense team gets yeeted over an associate of them leaked photos. Isn't that an extremely?
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did hear about that.
yeah. So the crime scene photos were leaked by somebody who used to work at the defense team years ago. So my suspicion is that they got a hold of when they got the crime scene photos through Discovery. Okay, what are we looking at? They might have sent the photos. Okay, this is not to be shared at all. But please, since you are an associate, your silence is, you can write down in a contract or something. You are not allowed to talk about this outside. And
Right.
so that is what I believe happened. And just
So
to
it was
make
a former employee of the defense firm?
former employee and a friend of one of the lawyers representing Richard Allen. And all of a sudden, a few weeks ago, these photos were leaked through social media. An investigation became, and they found that person. And once he found out he was investigated, he self-ended.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Why would you self-end yourself over that? I don't know. But hey, I'm not one to do it in the first place.
No, exactly. We have no idea. And that is also one of the issues with this case. Nobody
That's a holdover from the other day. My hair looked like Butters.
That's the thing. Nobody knows anything. There's a complete lid on everything. And this is... the defense put in a motion to remove Mr. Allen from the prison because he's not in jail. He's in prison, in isolation, 24/7, 365, and has been so for almost a year now. For safety reasons, according to the prosecution and the court.
I hate the idea of bond in the first place. Understanding the principles of bond, you have someone who is innocent because they've not been convicted yet. So innocent person is being locked up behind bars. Just understand that you have an innocent person doing that. Self-ended mistrial before mistrial. Well, it's interesting, but it probably, wasn't the idea behind kicking the defense team off or sanctioning the defense team or something like that?
Yeah, that's what the court. Well, Mr. Allen's attorney lawyered up, of course, and he says that they were under coercive circumstances. They resigned from the case, more or less. Which implies that sanction, disqualification, stuff like that. And for me, this is really weird because the prosecution and the cops leak stuff all the damn time. And they get a stern talking to, and that's all. Here, they get yeeted over crime scene photos, not by the defense team, but by an associate to the defense team. Why that extreme measure of...
Is there a gag order in place here?
Yeah, evidentiary gag order.
So did the state release information after the gag order? Probably not. And I was talking about this with Mo.
They have had press conferences about this case, but not only talking about stuff, not actual evidentiary, just talking about, no, this Odinist lead is pure bull crap. the professor they claimed they had contact with, they couldn't find him. But as it seems, the defense team found that professor who allegedly said, no, this has nothing to do with the Odinists. And they found him. And that's not really what he said to the prosecution.
But they can't release that information.
No.
They can do it in court filings. They just can't do it
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So
And
the problem with the gag orders, what I was telling Mo is the problem I see here is that the police and the prosecutors say, look at this horrible crime. This is a monster who did it. We have a person's interest. Look at this, reminder. Here's this horrible crime again. Remember, the evil person that did this is still out there. He's evil, evil, evil. Oh, here, we arrested and charged this guy. Gag order, can't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
That's the situation that we have. And
But
so
again,
the gag order benefits the state in that way because we built up a narrative for like a year, whatever it was, they were trying to find somebody. And all of a sudden we have a person of interest. This is his name. Gag order entered. Can't talk about any other evidence or anything.
Yeah. And there is some, they had one of the girls managed to take photos of somebody on a bridge. There's a timestamp that is close to when they assume they were abducted. They later on, a year later, they found a sound bit on the girl's phone from different timestamp. So they took the
It was like some guy was following her or something, right?
Yeah. So they took those photos that she took, compiled it, made a video out of it, giving the illusion of movement. Then they overlaid the sound, which was down the hill, girls, or something of that sort. So they overlaid that. But there are different timestamps. There's no actual evidence that that person is the person who said those words. But that is what they released. And that person resembles a bitch very hazily. So there. But again, my question to you is, why, even with the gag order and everything, as I understand it, removing or threatening to remove the defense team from the case over this leak is an extreme measure. Why in this case?
I don't know. I mean, Debbie here said, I don't know about the crime scene photos. It's shows nude teenagers, maybe because of the nature of it. We had the big blow up over the autopsy photos of what's his name, that child, and things like that, and people just react differently. And I don't know, maybe it has something to do with that. If they were releasing other evidence, such as, I thought it was the like the sticks that were hung up in the trees or something. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, so they didn't show crime scene photos with the girls. It was after the girls were removed, the blood painted on a tree.
Yeah,
and stuff like
that. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, and the diagram, not the photos, the diagram, how the sticks was overlaid over the girls.
Which, again, doesn't, the diagram is kind of what you would hope would be used even in court proceedings, not necessarily the photos.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem that bad.
No, it seems like an extreme measure because this defense team had fought tooth and nail over this guy, and all of a sudden they get forcibly made to resign.
Valhalla wants to know why defense attorneys get the reputation of being slimy when all we keep seeing is the process. Well, because remember, the prosecution team is the state, and the state controls the education system. Valhalla.
Yeah.
Mainstream media.
And Matt says here, before we start watching LawTube stuff, did you not have an idea of slime?
Did you not have any idea of slimy defense attorneys who would do anything to win? It is a stereotype. It is a stereotype in media.
Yeah.
For sure. In like movies and TV shows.
Yeah. Oh, they will do anything to get this guy off the hook. No.
It's because all these TV shows like NCIS and all this stuff follow the cops and the prosecutors, right? They don't follow the defense attorneys.
Yeah. And even when these TV shows misconduct, it is always justified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and let's continue with this. Before you came on, disqualification of either of his court-appointed attorneys would greatly prejudice his right to counsel and a timely trial, Hennessy said in the filing. Disqualification of counsel is an extreme remedy for any alleged or perceived violation of a court's order. Most, if not all, cases concerning disqualification of counsel involve conflicts of interest. So
Why
the
would it be
prosecution
conflict of interest?
there is no conflict of interest because the prosecution were about to file for disqualification, or did file for disqualification, and I have something.
Did they call him racist?
Yeah, might have. Hennessy further argued that Baldwin should not be disqualified when an individual not part of the attorney's office or staff surreptitiously, Jesus Christ, use normal words, surreptitiously purloins information from the attorney and disseminates it without permission or the attorney's knowledge.
But this doesn't create a conflict. I mean, it could. It's up to the defendant, right? Does the defendant say, well, now this is an issue?
Yeah.
It doesn't create a conflict, though. There's no conflict of interest. You're not representing this employee. So a conflict, the traditional way to think of a conflict is, you have the state versus whoever, right? Yeah. Or, this person versus that. Yeah. If an attorney ends up representing people or has intimate knowledge of people on both sides of the V, that's the conflict, right? So where's the conflict here? What, the defendant against the firm for releasing this information? But again, that's up to the client. That doesn't create a conflict just because the court says or the state says, well, that's not what I would do. I wouldn't be okay with that. Well, it's not up to you, is it? It's up to the defendant.
Yeah. So that brings me to the question, why was the prosecution so adamant in disqualifying these two attorneys? Was it because...
They're doing a good job?
Oh, yeah, they were doing a good job. And talking about good job. Boom.
Hey.
Boom.
Salvador.
Hi, Sal.
How are you?
He gets half Irish gets an intimate video call with him later tonight, I heard.
Oh.
Yeah.
She won the quiz over at Excited's channel.
Not awkward at all.
Yeah. Let's continue. The issue before the court is a horrible tragedy created by persons not related to the defense of Mr. Allen. There were 3 disseminators, one of which committed self-ending after the law enforcement investigation began. It should be considered that nothing has been disclosed that won't be disclosed at trial or hearings, Hennessy wrote. The co-host of the Murder Sheet podcast were first to report an alleged connection. Who are those?
I don't know.
Box one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Let's see. Oh, it's a weekly true crime podcast hosted by journalist Kane and attorney Grenlee.
Sponsored by Purina Cat Litter.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Sponsored by 3 Monkeys Boxed Wine.
The Murder Sheet.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm going to look it up.
Kane added that they did not expect themselves to preemptively withdraw themselves, especially because Baldwin brought Hennessy in to defend him. Obviously, their plans changed quite a lot, Kane said on that podcast.
Well, okay. Mo has a friend who's an appellate lawyer in this jurisdiction.
Have a friend in me.
Basically, they're thinking
you
that
have
the
a
judge...
friend in me.
Their thinking is that the judge basically said either resign or it's going to be bad for you. And force them out, basically.
Yeah.
Judge is putting himself in a bad spot.
Her. She.
Don't misgender her.
Well, we don't know how she genders herself.
Now, if a lawyer in this position, could he have made himself a witness?
I mean, a witness to
I mean, there's a lot going on here. Like,
yeah, I mean, so okay, the court wants to bring charges for contempt of court for violating the gag order, right? I mean, it's not underlying. It's not a witness in the underlying murder case.
No, I mean, somehow this person close to the defense got a hold of the photos.
Yeah.
And unbeknownst to the defense, choose to release them. Why is that on the defense? If that person broke a contract, broke confidence, why is that on the defense? I don't understand why this supposed leak of the crime scene. I mean,
if it happens again, that'd be a problem. But the defense said they would go put them in safes and lock them all up and keep them in rooms that are locked.
Yeah, but okay, let's assume it's sanctionable in some way, shape, or form for violating a court's order, right? That doesn't create a conflict with the defense. It doesn't create a conflict with the judge. It doesn't, I talked about a judge. I talked about a judge locally here who ended up getting disbarred, but she sanctioned me in a case because I didn't appear with my client. Well, that didn't disqualify me from the case. I still represented the client in her court in front of her. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
If you don't get sanctioned, I don't feel like you're representing your client hard enough. That's kind of my thought.
Yeah. Just for reference, him still being in prison. Now, the trial was scheduled for January. Now it will be pushed back to at least March because a new defense team has begun.
And this guy's on death door.
Yeah. This is the guy when he was arrested. This is the guy
from several months ago.
Ooh. Yeah, from 6 months ago. This is him after 5 months in prison.
In prison, not jail. Solitary confinement in prison. Where they put people...
An innocent person. An innocent person.
Yes.
He's not been convicted of anything.
No.
And he is by a matter of law innocent.
Innocent.
Yeah.
And they put him in prison, which is like an hour away or more than that. Yeah. So his lawyers don't have easy access to him.
Yeah.
He has been begging to go to jail, which is closer and more convenient for him and his family.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
Isn't that up to... It's odd that he would... in Michigan, I don't see that happening because you would have... So the county sheriffs run the jails.
Yeah.
The governor is in charge of the prisons. And the governor's not going to be like, oh, yeah, give me another person. When it's your responsibility, county sheriff.
I forget the reason.
He was sent off to prison within a couple of weeks after he was arrested, and for safety reasons, because they, for some odd reason, the sheriff couldn't guarantee his safety in jail, according to them. And this case is so infuriating because there's so much, even before the Odinist lead, everything was so strange. Yeah. And Mo has several videos about this. I have a 4-part video I released a couple of weeks ago on this, and it's so weird. Everything about this screams this guy probably has nothing to do with it.
Is he? Has he had a competency exam?
That's what I was wondering.
No,
because there's no way this guy is sane. Looking, the way he looks right now, or 6 months ago,
he didn't have any mental issues, to my knowledge, before he went to prison. But then he went to prison. His guards are proven Odinists who was assigned to him. Why do they assign Odinists to him?
It's so odd with the whole Odinist thing.
Yeah.
And either way, solitary confinement, even 23 hours a day, it destroys a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this guy, after...
I put myself in solitary. I feel like everyone should spend at least one night in jail. But I didn't want to talk to anybody when I was there. I put myself in solitary.
Yeah.
But it's really messes with your head.
Yeah, and this guy, he has a wife and kid. I mean,
just a normal life.
They are more or less not allowed to see him. He's
could
been
be
in and
any of
out
us.
of the psych ward, and it's 2 hours away from
2 hours. Okay.
from the jail, which is about half an hour away. I mean, why? There's so much.
And the judge isn't even like ruling on those motions.
No. Everything is postponed all the time. Everything's being postponed because the prosecution sets in motions to do not do this, and then it gets cheated up to next hearing, and although he is deteriorating fast, at this rate, I don't think he will be alive to stand trial.
Not if
Valhalla,
it goes
there's a
past
difference
January.
between playing with your goats and being in solitary.
Yeah. And
Now,
having
me
option.
in solitary, that will finally I can get some sleep. But because seriously, I grew up remotely. I live with at least 100 yards and 150 yards towards my nearest neighbors. I see family, my girlfriend, and a few friends. That's it. I can easily go a month without seeing anybody, and be as long as I have internet.
Yeah, but you're still talking
As
to
long as
people online, interacting on Twitter.
See, that's different. Like,
Yeah.
shut yourself down from the world. No TV, no internet, no
but
communication with anybody.
The guards don't talk to you when they hand you food.
The inside of my mind is dark and scary. I don't want to be left alone with it.
You're telling me.
Yeah. So everything about this is a complete clusterf, and then it. Prosecutor says evidence from the crime scene matched evidence collected from Allen's home when police served a search warrant last year. Allen also alleged confessed to the crimes he has been accused of committing about 5 times while speaking with his wife over the phone from jail. Yeah,
Do we have these recordings?
No.
But everything is on the seal.
But he's been driven insane. Been told he's done it.
You can put an innocent man with 2 cops for 5 hours in an interrogation room, and you will confess to everything. He's been in solitary confinement for almost a year.
Probably me too. The problem is for them is I would get out of the room sooner.
Yeah, and what we do know from the defense, this big memo about the Odinist lead, was that the only evidence from the crime scene is an unspent bullet.
Yeah. God forbid there's an unspent bullet lying on the floor of a forest somewhere in this country. Millions of them.
And the gun, the tool mark guy said it's been circulated through a gun, and he can't exclude it from coming from Allen's gun. That's the only evidence.
I have a hunting rifle, and I have 2 cases of rounds for it. And every time I go hunting, I put the same bullets in that were in there the last time I went hunting. Those bullets have been in that gun a dozen times, and they cycle through. And
are you that bad of a hunter?
Well, I like to go where there's not a lot of orange. I don't want to see other people. So I tend to go to places that the deer are sometimes hard to find as well. So there might be a couple of years where I don't fire anything, and I pull them out, put them back in the boxes, and then next year pull them out again, put them back in the gun. They've been cycled through a few times.
Sure.
And I'm sure I know for a fact my son dropped several bullets out in the woods last year. So wow, what a huge find.
Wow. Have they interviewed Dave?
I know, right?
And we are closing up to the 1 hour mark. And for you who weren't here at the beginning, what time is it? What time is it? It is...
I like that.
time. We are collecting memberships. It cost me $350 each month to keep this channel afloat. And so I am urging you to become members or gifting memberships. It's $3 a month.
Am I already a member?
I think so. And the goal for this stream is 75 memberships. And thank you, Dave, for gifting 10. That gets us to 26 gifted memberships, 25 gifted memberships, and one new member. And that 75 minus 20, which means we have 49 members to the goal. And if we reach that goal, I will make one members only video each day next week.
Ooh, Gene XO was gifted a membership by yours truly. We have to let her know.
Yeah. Evolve, Emma, Angela, Snivels, Kerry, Timothy, Jean, Tina, and a bunch of others. Unbronzed, Philip Martin, and Honey.
Salvador, here's proof of my membership. Did you pay for that, sir, or was that gifted to you?
This one I paid for.
Yeah. This is how much I mean to Sal. He pays for his own memberships on my
I know.
Audra, you can reimburse me by fulfilling the promise you made many months ago. You know what it is.
And talking about promises and gifting, hi EU.
Hello. How's it going?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for inviting me. And I see you have some interesting topics today.
Yes, I have. We are currently talking about the Delphi-case Clusterf, where I'm having a poll up. The Delphi-case leads by landslide, but we are already talking about this. Then we have the Greta Thunberg clusterfuck, and then
what happened
the Rex.
Today?
They clearly haven't seen the Rex Heuermann video. If they
I'm here for the Rex Heuermann video. It's hilarious.
The reason why people don't vote for the Rex Heuermann clusterfuck is because you haven't seen the press conference.
Sal told me about it. I'm down for it.
It made Mo laugh for 5 minutes straight.
Okay.
Yeah, we were both dying.
Yeah.
And there was a press conference about new victims of the alleged serial killer Rex Heuermann, and nobody cared about new victims.
Yeah, it was just how this guy looked, and it was so comical.
And Murph's Turf gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much.
Hey,
gifted to Cowpoke, Watchdog, and yes, Christina, Lady Lynn.
It's Ninjas 55.
Yay! That brings us 5 closer to the goal, which is 75 for this stream, and we are down to 44. Yay! We are moving. We're
going green.
Yeah, but thank you again. Membership tsunami in this beach. Yes.
Hey, Val.
Yes.
All right. So what is this video? Because my stepson is cooking dinner and we're carving pumpkins tonight. I kind of want to see this video though. Or are we? We're not done. We're not done with Delphi. We gotta finish up Delphi, right?
Yeah, we're still a bit about the Delphi case because it's
my mind is blown with the Delphi thing. Like, why are they gone? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the guy who allegedly leaked self-ended, he does not.
Sus there.
Oh, that.
Nothing sus. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
does he have evidence on Hillary Clinton?
Yeah, probably. But here's the thing. Again, I don't get it because somehow he got a hold of the photos. Maybe he got them from the defense as a consult, as in, please help us get a grip. What do you see here? And then he might have kept it without the defense knowing. So why is the defense being yeeted for something that might even not be their fault? Oh, thank you, Debbie, for your $10
They know
super
too
chat.
much.
The M-Sheet podcasters are in Indiana. They did a ton of investigation in the silent years and made the social media connection with the Anthony Shots account that caught Keegan Klein. Okay. Thank you. I don't know who they are. I will try to check them out a bit.
I have a theory. The
Okay.
defense is too good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're very good.
Yeah,
Very
they are.
good.
Yeah. And it's really strange. But if it was of this, if anybody remembers from about 6 months ago, I did the more or less 3-day trial of Alan Ford with a 32-second defense opening statement, which was keep an open mind, everybody's innocent,
Yeah.
thank you. And they might have hoped, or public defenders, they might have hoped that this was one of these. We caught the guy, let's just run through the motions, let's
Yeah.
just...
Of course they hope for that. That's not what
Yeah.
they got.
Then they started to, okay, where's our discovery? Oh, it will be sent to you in due time. Give it to us now. It will be sent in due time. Motion, give us the freaking discovery. And then all of a sudden they got the discovery reluctantly in pieces here, pieces there. And eventually they found this alleged Odinist. Because when as it is described to me, the rune painted in one of the girl's blood. That's not an accident. That's a rune you can't put there unless you actually know what it means. The formation of the sticks on at least one of the bodies is not only resemblance of a rune, it is a rune. They're not there by accident, because you can't just throw sticks up in the air and it lands in that formation. There is something really, really strange with this.
Yes. And Erie's is saying,
don't like.
She's saying there's nothing. Nothing says. Yeah. Say guilt on like self-deletion. Okay, but we're not concerned about the guilt of the person who took the stuff and disseminated it. Yes, he came from the defense firm, but when you talk about agency law, like the best example is a company vehicle. You have a company vehicle, you allow your employee to drive it around. If he negligently gets into an accident, the company could be responsible. If he takes that same vehicle and intentionally mows down a bunch of people, the company's not responsible because it's an intentional act. So this guy did an intentional wrongful act. You can't really hold the law firm or the attorneys responsible.
Yeah. So, and here they are yeeted from the case after spending a year with this. They even had to not tell Richard Allen about the Odinist, because these two prison guards who are confirmed Odinists, they had in Odin we trust or some patches on their uniform in prison, and they tried to listen in on the conversations. So they had to hide from Richard Allen most of this until they put the memo in about a month ago.
Yeah.
And the day after the memo, these prison guards removed their Odinists' patches from their uniform.
I can't believe they were allowed to wear Odinist patches on their uniform.
Yeah.
Iris, you said 2 years ago they were talking about cults. Were they really?
Of course. This has been going on. And I think that these people, these cult members, whoever they are, they're getting away with literally murder, right?
Yeah.
And they are in this town, they're in the prison, they're in They're infiltrating the police service, infiltrating the court system. They are everywhere, right? They're everywhere. And now they've gotten rid of the defense. Now they've managed to get rid of the defense, right? And yes, Nick, you're right. They were hoping for some weak-ass public defenders to be on Richard Allen's side, and they didn't get them. And instead, they got some defenders like Ann Taylor, right? Like some gun public defenders like Ann Taylor, like Koberger has managed to strike the jackpot with Ann Taylor, right? And unfortunately, these guys they're running the show. They're and they're scary. These guys are scary.
And the Odinist cult, who was founded in 1998 by this Bill Gates retarded cousin, and they are so wrong on so many levels. Here's the thing with white supremacists who take on the old Aesir faith to use for their own whatevers. They are morons, but they are dangerous. And if you have somebody behind the lines pulling the strings, they are extremely dangerous. This is one of these cults that will eventually go.
Is this an eyes wide? Is this an eyes wide shut kind of club? Maybe not more, with the prostitutes, but with it's all the elites, and it's a secret organization, that kind of thing.
It's more like they are out in the open. They have their friends and their meetings, and they are a bit more like the Solar Temple cult. That with all this, because behind the scenes I'm gathering a bit of information, I'm not surprised at all if they turn Waco. Now I know the conspiracies about Waco. I'm using that as a general term about arming themselves prepared to kill or die. But somebody with intelligence is behind the scenes. And I don't know who it is. Yet. But pray to whatever... No, never mind. Thank you, Debbie, for gifting 10 memberships. Thank you so much.
How many do we have? And just for everyone who joined, Nick is trying to get 75 memberships this stream, either purchased or gifted.
Yeah. Gifted to Cornelius, JB, Daisy Girl, Warrior, Jenster, HT, Penelope, Proverbial, Sadie, Buru Berries. We are lacking 34 to the goal of 75 gifted or just entered memberships during this stream. And I will produce one members only video each day next week as a thank you. Thank you so much, Debbie. Yeah, this cult, now, they don't really exist in Scandinavia because you can't really... We have Nazis in Sweden.
Everyone.
Yeah.
It's everyone in Scandinavia.
Yeah, we have Nazis in Sweden who wear the Thor's hammer and stuff like that, but there are, as far as I know so far, there are between 12-15 groups of Odin Brotherhood in the United States. Between 12 and 15. There are between 5 and 30. That as far as I know now. And here's the thing, kids. You kind of got my attention. And I'm really good at collecting information. I'm really good at it. I've been doing it for over 30 years. I'm good at it.
Nick's going down the rabbit hole.
Yep. And here's the thing. If you have posted anything, anywhere, social media-wise, I will find you.
I've noticed, actually.
If this goes to trial in March and Mr. Allen is still alive, I might go there.
Nice. Hey, I'm gonna.
If he's still alive.
If he's still alive,
If he's still alive.
I honestly
this is the
don't.
problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm scared that this will be a technically solved case.
Cleared by other.
Yeah, that the prime suspect is now dead. We will put a lid on everything. It is considered solved, and they will put a lid on everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this opportunity to bow out gracefully for a moment. I'm going to go carve some pumpkins with the kids.
I see how it is.
Okay, while Dave is gone,
fun.
do you want to? While Dave is gone, we might play the video.
Oh, of course, I'm going to miss that. I'll be in chat, damn it. I'm going to watch it in chat.
No, but well, we have the
Okay.
Greta Thunberg Clusterf that we can spend a few minutes on.
Yeah, I heard she got in trouble again. I didn't know why, but she's been on a roll. Good for her.
Yeah,
let's go to prison. Let's get there.
Yeah. So, well, this is baseline about the absolute clusterfuck that is the Delphi case, and it is a complete cluster.
We need this case to go to trial or get dismissed. Either way, Nicholas needs a resolution.
Yeah.
What happened to Dolly?
I don't know.
He does that.
He needs a picture, though. It's just a plain.
I know. He's lost.
Can we have a talk with him? Can we have a talk with him?
I don't know.
I'll have a little. He's very sensitive.
Can I? I mean, at least have something.
Can I put edit name and headline? No.
Can you edit like his?
No, I can't.
Oh no. Okay. All right, y'all have a.
They killed Kenny.
What? Oops.
Oh no.
All right. I'll be back. We'll see you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. That was the Delphi case, and let's see here. There are a handful over at Rumble. Looking hi Rumble. Press that thumbs up.
No, sales profile pic is bad for the brand.
Yeah. All right.
Well, it's usually a picture of Mark Jensen.
But what? Mark Jensen? What?
Mark Jensen, the antifreeze killer.
Oh.
The one with the pain collection.
Yeah. Yeah, the pain collection. Yeah. Now, what has Greta Thunberg been up to?
Are you talking about Jensen?
We're saying that you've lost your avatar.
Because when I'm on other channels, it's kind of creepy.
Well, it's creepier to have nothing.
I'll find something else.
Yeah, find something.
Well, since June, Greta Thunberg has been arrested twice in Sweden, and she has been to trial where she represented herself. She was fined, and both times, and the hours after she was fined in the October trial, she went to Norway. And they had a sit down in an anti-wind farm.
Anti-wind farm.
Yeah, and she is a very, very pro climate. Why was she sitting down against windmills? That seems odd. But those 300 windmills are built on indigenous people land. The Sami people.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the government said, "Oh, you can build here." The indigenous people said, "No, that's our land. You can't steal it." And the Norwegian government said, "F you, build it." So they built it, and it went through the courts and all the way up to the Norwegian Supreme Court, who said, "These are built illegally. You must remove them." And the Norwegian government said, "It might be built illegally, but they stay up."
Okay.
So the Norwegian government stole. And this is not only for the 300, these 300, they stole Well, I had that number up a few days ago. Hold on here. Around 2,000 square kilometers of land from the indigenous people. That is 772 square miles of land. I don't know what that is in acres.
You can't please some people, hey? Like, it's a wind farm.
Yeah.
And she's not happy.
I thought the earth was going to burn and we're all going to die.
That is 494,000 square acres. Or 494,000 acres of indigenous people's land the Norwegian government stole to put windmills. So they had to sit down. I mean, that's a huge chunk of land.
Huge.
Yeah, I mean, even for Australia, that's a good chunk of land.
Nah.
That is more or less the entirety of the northern part of Norway.
Yeah,
But the Norwegian government. So Greta Thunberg went there with the indigenous people because she's not only against for climate or against or whatever, but not at any cost, especially not indigenous people, because she has herself. I think she is a 16th Sami or something like that.
16th
So
what?
she is of the 16th in heritage, like her great grandmother or something was Sami. So she has Sami, yeah.
Okay.
So she has Sami roots, and no, Angelo, they are not Vikings. Those are Samis. Though Samis showed up in Scandinavia around the time when the last ice age, or 1,000 years after. So they have been in Scandinavia for at least 6,000 years. Yeah, so well before any of us showed up. So they might have been a few Vikings among them, but they are indigenous, at least in that part. Now, I know that's contested and everything, and there's a lot of other stuff going on. But the thing is, the Norwegian Supreme Court said, remove it. The Norwegian government said, fuck you, we're keeping them. Yeah, because... So she was removed and arrested. And that was... hold on. Well, whatever. Then she went to London.
See the Queen. She was disappointed
Yeah, sure.
because she's not there anymore.
Yeah, she's not there anymore.
No.
She was arrested in London during an anti-oil protest because that was the thing she did in Sweden as well. Sit down before oil cars and lorries and stuff like that with gas. And yeah, just she's not one of these idiots who glues themselves to the ground. She just sits there, and when please move, she says no, and then they drag her out of there. So no glue. No glue.
I'm not listening.
Yeah. Oops. Huh? What happened?
Yeah, nothing.
One of these people who just wants to get arrested for the cameras.
Yeah. There she is. Yeah, and I mean,
wow. Nothing. I was just saying she's like 20 now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm just saying she's developed.
Whoever this cop is beside her, that's not impressive because Greta Thunberg is about 5'2".
Oh.
I don't know about London cops, but that's not impressive.
Well, at least David Hogg could be taller than her until
Yeah,
she wears heels.
Dave could be in London.
Oh no, David Hogg.
Oh,
Well, David
She's
too,
not worth
actually.
it, Sal. She ain't worth it.
No, I know.
Imagine,
No,
imagine
I have standards.
how
not many.
painful she would be.
Oh God.
Imagine this person in your life. Not.
well, she was
wanna-
arrested.
Yeah.
And
She's a bad girl.
Well,
For the
yeah,
record.
she's a bad girl. She's right
Apparently.
up Salbert's alley. And now, what she is doing is civil disobedience. She knows this is her new campaign: civil disobedience. Get fined. She
George
probably is
Soros will
hoping
pay.
for because every time she sits down, that won't make the news. But then she has to go to trial. That will make the news.
Yeah.
Then she gets to speak. She gets press conferences. I mean, she's not a poor woman. Her books and stuff like that has
No.
been sold quite a bit. She has wealthy sponsors behind her. She can afford good lawyers, but so far she chooses to represent herself.
She's
professional.
representing herself.
Yeah, she's representing
God.
herself.
She's the
Really?
nerdiest Daryl Brooks I've ever seen.
Ha ha ha
Grounds for grounds.
ha.
Yeah.
Have you established subject matter jurisdiction?
She would say that.
Yeah.
So
I'm
she's basically
hoping-
just an influencer.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and well, she believes in her cause. She's hyper focused. She has Asperger's and everything, and well,
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of her parents forced fed her this, but her mother is an opera singer, and her father is a journalist or writer of sorts. So maybe, but I assume because Sweden is very conscious about climate, and that movement in Sweden is very big. It might just be that she's hyper focused.
Yeah.
I wonder
And
whether
then-
she really actually believes all this stuff, like, or whether like she was so conditioned to it from a young age, and
Yeah.
then when she had that moment when she was young, and
Yeah.
there was that viral moment when she was young.
All of the
And-
money, flew into her pockets, and
Yeah, and it defined her.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it defined her identity, and it was kind of like she couldn't go back on it. Like that's
Yeah.
who she is. She's
Yeah.
this climate crusader.
Like me with the Mark
Um,
Jensen trial.
Yes, like you with your Mark Jensen trial and your pants. Yeah, that's it now. Like you can't go back now.
I know. What else can I cover?
Yeah, what else? So I
I'm a
mean,
one-trick pony.
that's you're a one-trick pony, exactly. And it's kind of like, well, what if she decided that this wasn't what she wanted to do with her
Yeah.
life, and this wasn't her belief system? And she's still like she's 20, and you're still at 20, you're still really working out who you are. I just wonder whether or not, like, she's even had a moment to sort of think it through. I don't know.
Well, she's been. I mean, she did finish high school and
Did she?
the next level education, what we in Sweden call gymnasium, gymnasiet, which means something completely different in English. So she has an education, and she has, I believe, she out of 12 possible grades, she has 9 or 10 A's and then something. So, well, she gets herself through school, and if she chooses, she could probably go to any university of choice. But-
Mads, yeah, it's not like anyone tells her any different, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this
Yeah, and
is
she can be
this
used.
is she can be used, but this is her, and she believes in it. And now her crusade
And
is
she.
civil disobedience to keep making headlines.
Yeah.
Now then, this happened.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Ugh.
And this
Gosh.
might have been a mistake. First of all,
Sweetie.
the girl in the bottom left, this U stands for Palestine. She's clearly sitting down. And
you can't even stand.
But here's the thing: this is the cropped picture, because the in the original picture, she had one of these comfort things toy. You know, that octopus, that happy face. You turn it around, sad face. And this now has been turned into an anti-Semite thing, because apparently in the 40s there was pictures about a big octopus around the world representing this is Jews trying to take over the world. So now there are a lot of people out there claiming she's an anti-Semite.
Oh.
And I don't think so, because
No.
that toy, let's see if I can find it.
I saw you posted earlier. I didn't know what that was about. No, I don't think she's an anti-Semite. She's just an idiot.
Yeah.
Remember in Seinfeld, an anti-dentite?
This is the toy that was shown in one of the pictures.
Okay,
Reverse
so,
happy face,
yeah.
frown face. But a lot of people, anti-Semite. No, she has Asperger's, and I assume that more than her in that pictures have some form of autism and stuff like that. Who uses this to show emotion.
Those octopuses are great. You turn them inside out, and like the angry octopus side is the best. They're like, meh.
Yeah. So I don't think it's anti-Semite, and I've seen a few people doing videos about it, but I seriously think that of all the things you could put to Greta, that is a big stretch. Now, do I think she's wrong? Yeah. No question about it.
Yes.
In this particular case, she made a huge mistake because she went out of her normal climate boom. And all of a sudden, with this, she might lose more than a few sponsors. But I don't think she's anti-Semite.
No. She's just misinformed.
In this political thing, she's just wrong. Yeah, she's an idiot. In this regard, she's an idiot. This is way beyond. This is a left curve, exit right. Unnecessary.
Yeah.
Because she's climate. Stick
with the climate girl.
Yeah, stick to the climate girl, because this is not your path, Miss Thunberg.
Trust me, siding with.
Yeah. Now I know over here we make this distinction between Hamas and Gaza, but and Hamas and Palestine. I know, but here's the thing: Hamas has controlled Gaza for decades. And I keep saying, I've told a few of my friends who are in the LGBTQ whatever thingies that
they stand with Palestine.
If you stand with Palestine, I will help you fund the first Pride parade on the Gaza Strip. Good luck. I will help you fund it. If you go down there and apply for a Pride parade on the Gaza Strip.
Permit.
Yeah, try to get a permit.
For a permit.
Oddly enough, so far nobody has accepted that offer for some odd reason. And, Ken has to do anything with any person on the Gaza Strip coming out as gay or killed. Might have something to do with it. For instance, in most of the Middle East, the only country who has had pride parades is Israel. That should tell you, and especially I believe I've seen a number of between 70 and 150 over the past decade, gay people have been executed by Hamas.
It is interesting though. Iran, I think it's Iran. I've heard that they're supportive of
of
trans people.
Yeah, of people who transition, but that is quite. It's a bit of a misconception, because if you actually transition from male to female, but they also force you, the gay people, either we kill you, or you have this surgery, to become a woman or a man. That is accepted in Iran.
That's dramatic.
So it's it's a bit dramatic.
But they have really good gender. They have really good surgery techniques there. Apparently, they're one
How
of
do
the.
you know?
Well, I've heard. I still have my twig and berries. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, I would gladly help fund a pride parade in Gaza, as long as they go down there and apply in person a permit for a pride parade. Nobody so far for the last decade and a half has accepted it.
Go ahead
Imagine
and get the crane.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah, so that is the Greta Thunberg clusterfuck.
That was quite the CF, indeed.
Be right back.
Yeah, and now I do know.
That's better.
Thank you.
Ah. And Salbert shows his pussy on screen, and
touche.
My neck, my back.
Yes, Fedorevsky. And here's the thing: one of my oldest friends, she transitioned as an adult, and I've talked to her about what about this new generation, and she says she can't speak today. She's been a big advocate for many years for, do I dare say, actual transsexuals, but she can't speak out now because she believes this new generation of, I just have to call myself a woman. She believes these people are ruining everything she has fought for 30 years. Because if you are born in the wrong body, first of all, you go through the evaluation, you wait until you're adult, because it doesn't matter when you do it. She's firmly against kids transitioning, because nobody knows before puberty. Nobody. According to her. And there are quite a lot of studies out there that suggest the same thing, that puberty does a lot of strange things. Get through it, and then we can talk. And I have a relative who is pissed off at me for saying this, but I will keep saying it. If it is worth it, it will still be worth it when you're 20.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Leave kids alone.
It might help, doing it pre-puberty might help you look more like a woman or more like a man, but that's not the important thing.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. So but she can't speak anymore for the past few years, because she gets bullied by this new generation of so-called transsexuals. Or
I would think not just them. I would think just people who believe that that's the correct thing.
Yeah, but that was not one of the subjects I was supposed to talk about. But I still say it. If you want to go down to the Gaza Strip and have a pride parade, I will gladly help you fund it. If you go down in person and apply to the Gaza Strip authorities. Because if you are free Gaza, free everything, Palestine, Hamas, whatever, then it shouldn't be a problem, shouldn't it? But still nobody who wants to do it.
I wouldn't go anywhere near the Gaza Strip if you paid me $10 million. I just don't know why, unless you actually live there. Like it was your home, your family, like descendants' home, why you would go anywhere.
And all this about the outdoor prison. I mean, we have roughly 50,000 Palestinians in Sweden as refugees. Why do most of them go back on vacation?
Fair. Let's go back to the Enviro Death Cult. Yeah, sure. Let's go back to something more pleasant, shall
we? Yeah. Okay. Now, we began with the Delphi-case clusterfuck, then the Greta Thunberg clusterfuck, and you 10% who voted for the Rex Heuermann clusterfuck, you have no idea why you voted this the least.
I can't wait.
Okay.
Yeah. Does it get to just be you and me, Nick? Because I am gonna. Don't worry, I am gonna react for you. It's gonna be great.
Okay. And it will be shown quite quickly why this is a clusterf. Okay? I will add to the stage now. That
Big Daddy Pimp.
That
I haven't seen
is the attorney who allegedly linked the Gilgo Beach murder suspect to more victims.
What did you say?
Gilgo Beach.
Okay. Let's just be clear about this.
So that is the attorney. Just take a minute to look at the polka dot tie, the fedora, the fake leather jacket, the ponytail.
Is it fake leather jacket?
It might be a real leather jacket or a fake. I don't know.
The pink is just stunning.
The light pink shirt and the bright pink polka dot tie.
What's going on?
How am I supposed to take this guy serious?
We didn't.
But let's listen to the guy.
What's that? Wait. What's that sign say? Reserve parking for Mr. Ray?
Yeah.
So before
Mr.
we start,
Ray.
Newsdays said they were late. I don't know if they're here. Yeah. Okay, you made it. All right, good. There you are. And there's one other station that was late. And they're here. Okay, so then we don't have to wait. I wasn't going to wait anyway, but if they step in. We might have to go over a few things. I don't know.
Let's appreciate this fedora. This black and pink striped fedora with a yellow-black band.
Gee.
And then look at the person standing next to him who probably wondered, what am I doing here?
This is a cop, and he's been forced to work with an attorney of one of the family or the victims of this guy.
Yeah.
This is their attorney, and because there's a lot of people that don't trust the cops involved with this. So they go to the pimp here in the weird shirt and hat and tell him information, and he goes to the cops.
Just back up. Whose attorney is he?
One of the victims' family members.
Right.
Representing the family.
Representing the family of one of the victims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the new victims or one of the previous victims?
I believe previous ones.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's just inserted himself, no pun intended, into this whole situation and takes cheap shots at the detectives because they didn't want to work with him initially.
Yeah, my cousin Vinny part 2. He has a suit and tie on.
Yeah.
He does? He sure does?
But he takes shots and they, after a year, decided to work with me, and we've made all this progress. And just
yeah. But before that, what time is it? What time is it? It is... It is grifting time. We are
Yay.
searching for 75 members during this stream, either by your own choice or by being gifted memberships. We have so far received, I don't know how many, but we are lacking 34 members to the sum of 75 new members during this stream. If we reach 75 new members during this stream, I will make one members only video each day next week. All right. And off.
Yay!
I'm so bad at grifting, so I had to make that so I could make the
Same.
speech, stuff like that.
That's
It's a
awesome.
good idea.
I love it.
Really good idea, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal that.
Yeah, go ahead, steal the idea, and yeah. So we have 34 left. We started off with 75. We have been gifted 41 memberships. There are 40 memberships gifted, and one who became a member. And
Yay.
excited, EU put up
Yes.
the link to how to accept gifts.
No, that's just the
No,
link
you
to...
didn't. No, you didn't. But it's in the chat somewhere. And if one of the mods can show, I think Rabbit did it an hour ago. But yeah, hey, WW, thank you for your $5 super chat. He's John Ray, the attorney for the family of Shannon Gilbert. Okay, Shannon Gilbert is one of the 11 people they found on the beach, but they so far have only connected 4 of them to Rex Heuermann. But the chances that somebody else buried 7 other women on the same strip of beach, quite low, but they have to prove it.
I mean,
Yeah. But let's listen to attorney.
the wisdom from this man.
Yeah. Oh, Ghostry put up the link
thank
to
you.
see if your gifts are enabled. Link, I will try to pin message. There you can allow gifted memberships. Yay!
Yay.
But let's listen to John Ray. Of course, his name is John
I just love the
Ray.
looks from the detective.
John Ray.
Or the
Oh,
captain.
that's the spot. His car spot's next to there. The car spot is reserved for Mr. Ray.
Yeah.
His spot. So he's out
Oh.
there next to his car spot.
Where's his car?
All right, when you're ready, you tell me, and I'll tell you I'm ready.
He just hates being in the.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're here today because new information has arisen in this case from witnesses who were so far unknown. Those witnesses, of which there are 4, have given us statements, 2 of whom have given us affidavits regarding this case, regarding Rex Heuermann and Shannon Gilbert and Karen Vergata. Before I talk about them, first, I want you to be aware that
he needs a case.
here stands the commissioner, as you know.
He has
He has
one.
one.
And
He has one?
Oh, yes.
up until now, we have not made it known to the public that we have been working together on this case steadily since the time that I came to know Commissioner Harris a year ago, February.
Thank you, Debbie.
Up until that point, the police department was very resistant to receiving any kind of evidence or information from my office from what I was doing.
Oh,
That all
really?
changed significantly when Commissioner Harris stepped in and we began to collaborate. And we've collaborated ever since.
Overjoyed.
That collaboration has had fruit.
This is so passive
And
aggressive.
that fruit,
His
at least,
hashtag.
are the witnesses I'm
pathetic.
going to be talking about today, as well as other evidence and information which we have shared together and with the police department, and therefore with the task force. So it is true to say that our cooperation has given rise to more substantial, valuable evidence in the entire case of the Long Island serial killer. So with that in mind, I'm very pleased that Commissioner Harrison has seen fit to open his mind and to do what I'm suggesting has been done.
Yeah,
contrary to all those who have come before him. And he's approaching this case in the right way.
Everybody hold Dave to this. And if Dave ever makes a wish list on Amazon, that should be on that wish list.
I want Dave to have his My Cousin Vinny moment in court.
David, we can make this happen.
What are you wearing?
We can make this happen, for sure. Don't worry.
No, we got a new member.
Yay!
A new member. That brings the number down to 33 left for the goal of 75 new members on this stream.
He's the right man for the job, and he's done his job well. As to the witnesses, as to the evidence, in no particular order of importance, because so much of it is important, I have stood as a beacon as a civilian beacon to the people who are involved in this case to come and talk where they didn't want to approach the police out of fear, out of apprehension.
Sir, you are very qualified, but the word beacon...
His ego is just so amazing.
He is feeling like so good about himself right now. He's all like, fuck you all. I told you so. Now you have to listen to me. And this is my moment. Check me out. I've got my best suit on. I'm having my press conference. Fuck you all.
Okay, Debbie says there was speculation that Shannon was connected, but earlier they said that her end was accidental and not connected. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Debbie, for context.
So she wasn't even the victim?
Not prior to this, she was not considered a victim, but apparently through...
John Boyd.
He will soon tell everybody about the witness and how the witnesses, no spoilers.
Out of a natural, in some cases, a natural distaste for the police department because of the work these people were in. So they would then come to me and speak to me, and I would interview them, and we would then cooperate, them and the police department. And so with that in mind, the first two witnesses I'm going to talk about are, both of them are not Suffolk County residents. I should point out that we obtained from these two affidavits, their names will go unmentioned. Their names are blotted out of the affidavits, but the affidavits will be available to you right after the press conference. As to the first one I'll talk about, this is a witness who has every reason to have no bias, no interest in the case whatsoever. She was not a sex worker, is not a sex worker, and instead, back in the 90s, in the 1990s, she was what is known then and now as a swinger.
Sorry, we shouldn't laugh. She's a victim.
She's a witness or a victim. She is not a prostitute. She's a swinger.
But that makes it worse for her. Okay, at least at least they get paid.
And now Mr. Ray is going to explain.
Oh, Val,
what that is.
He explains.
She would have a sex partner, and they would go to certain sex clubs in New York City where they would switch partners with other people of like kind. One of the
Of
most
like kind?
important places that they would go was called La Trapeze on West 27th Street in New York, right near Rex Heuermann's office. And this was a notorious place for swapping, for switching partners. Sometimes several hundred people at a time would be involved in this place in its heyday. Its heyday was in the late 90s.
Yeah, and accidentally, that would be when he was in his 30s.
Yeah.
Who does the cleanup?
What?
No, I mean afterwards. They have to have a janitor.
After a swingers party, who do they hire a cleaning crew?
Is it the guy who finishes first? Is it
Last.
last? I mean,
Imagine
Surely.
finishing first and then watch everybody else for an hour.
no.
Oh, he did leave.
God damn it! Why did I have to get a ride with Tim?
Yeah. Hey, genitals.
Yeah,
Good to
that's
see
a
you.
question
Speak of the
you
devil.
don't want. Yeah, that's a question you don't want to ask the person you're having a ride with. How long does it take you to?
I'm just
Yeah,
I'm
because
just
I
trying
gotta
to
be
figure out when
home.
I got to get home. I got work in the
Yeah.
morning.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Sherry Reed became a member. We are down to 32 to reach the goal of 75 new
amazing.
members today. Thank you,
Hey, Sherry.
Sherry.
Welcome.
Good to see you.
Yamaha.
Debbie, he's talking about the witness that came forward earlier this year. Yeah, I know everything about this is extremely serious.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's just so funny.
Oh wow,
thank
Sherry.
you.
Thank you.
Sherry gifted 10 memberships to Ghostery, Cerebral,
You are
KK,
awesome.
Stray, Kyle, Digger, Laura, Justin, Liebgott, Kim, Caitlin, which brings us down to 23. We need 23 more members. And I will produce one members only video each day next week.
Ooh,
Yay!
in a Speedo.
No.
Oh,
I might be pantsless, but I won't wear a Speedo.
okay. You have dignity.
Yeah.
Right at the time that Karen Brigada is involved in this case. In this situation, this particular woman was dating a police officer from New York City.
Dating.
Yeah, she's a serious swinger who at the time was dating a New York police officer.
She was in a serious relationship with him.
Yeah. I really like you, Mr. Police Officer, but I also like a lot of dicks. And
It was this detective.
allegedly, that is not the police officer.
Aw. And make the story even better.
I have said if I reach $10,000 in super chats during one stream, I will do a stream in a pink bikini.
Not a Speedo, though, apparently.
Not a
There's
Speedo.
limits.
No.
I have limits.
Not a mankini?
No.
Please. Yeah. Please. No.
I mean, I have the tits for it.
I bet you do.
Rawr.
I bet you do.
They might be hairy, but they are still tits.
Hey, tits are tits.
See, David's already shown his nipples on stream once,
Oh,
so maybe it's time for you.
I showed one nipple when I sang "Happy Birthday" to Jeff when he had a birthday.
That's right, you did too.
Yeah.
I think David has been hacked by Brandon.
Oh. No, because then Brandon would have emptied David's account.
Yeah.
In super
that's
chats.
true. That's true. Well, he's asking to see me in a bikini, and that sounds like Brandon.
yeah.
It does not sound like David. I am sus.
Oh, Debbie, outfit is something else. Just filling in the blanks. I've been following this case through an attorney that lives on Long Island. That's excellent. Thank you for being here, Debbie, for helping us with this case. I've been reading up on it when I have the time for it, and it seems like they have a lot of evidence against this guy.
Yeah. It's not like Brian
It seems to be
Kohlberger or
actual DNA
Delphi.
evidence regarding his wife's hair on some of the victims' bodies.
Maybe his wife did it.
What?
Maybe his wife did it.
No, because the time frame is that these ladies of the night disappeared when Rex Heuermann's family was out on business trips. Were out on trips.
Yeah.
So he had a house for himself. And allegedly, he brought these ladies of the night back to his house.
Oh.
Okay, so just regarding Mr. Rex, I agree. There seems to be far more solid, actual physical evidence being presented by the state at this point in time than there was, for example, for Kohlberger.
Yeah.
When they first came out with the PCA. But that said, we've only heard one side.
Yeah.
We have not heard anything at all from the defense whatsoever. But yeah, I know it looks bad. Of course it looks bad.
Sure.
And everyone would really, really like this to be the guy. It might be the guy, but he's still innocent.
Sure.
Yeah.
In the eyes of the law.
He still have to have his day in court.
He absolutely has to have his day in court.
Yeah.
So and also, I mean, people are saying, "Oh, it looks really bad that his wife has left him."
No,
I don't think so.
No, that his wife left him. I mean, even if, because not all what the evidence has shown that not only have he approached ladies of the night that have disappeared, he has also approached ladies of the night that hasn't disappeared.
Yeah.
Correct.
And who wouldn't leave a man like that?
Exactly. And meanwhile, his brother is suspicious, right? Have we looked at all at his brother? His brother has not been arrested, as far as I know, has not been arrested. There is sus stuff going on at his brother's house that they have gone and dug up, like if you have a look at his brother's property, they've been out there and they've pulled up a bunch of it looks like paneling that's covering up the ground. And I don't know what's underneath there, but no one's actually come out from the state and said this is what's there. So he and his brother are in cahoots in some way, and who knows? He might actually be taking the fall for the brother. We don't know. There could be.
Yeah.
It might not be him.
Yeah, you are entirely correct. We have only heard one side of this story, and
So I just like to keep an open
this
mind.
will be it. Yeah, I will try. I will keep myself updated. I haven't read up on it completely. I will read when I have the time for it.
And nor have I. But I mean, I just see these little glimpses of things, and I'm like, hang on a minute. This might not be as clear cut as we think.
Okay,
conspiracy theorist me.
Yeah, let's continue.
Who was in narcotics, a detective, and they would go to these switchy clubs, these swapping clubs.
Yeah, a police officer, everybody can do whatever they want as consenting adults. Here's the thing, if you are a cop, prosecutor, or anything, that leaves you extremely open for coercion. Just a word of advice.
Yeah.
That if you do it openly, that can, because even though you're consenting adults, nobody really should care, but there are a lot of people who will care, and they will use it against you. For favors, for everything. Criminals will use it against you. If you don't let me go, I will tell everybody I screwed your girlfriend last week. I mean, I will tell them you have a small weenie. I will tell them you have premature I mean, there's so much that is open. Besides the sex meetings, there's a lot of things opening up towards you. Not just legs. Sorry, folks. Okay, Discord link is expired. I will get a new one out there, in there.
Oh,
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Hold on. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum.
I
Community
just noticed the
tab.
yellow pinstripes in the ribbon on his hat.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, that makes everything worth it.
It's even better. It's like, how did
Okay,
you find that?
I just posted a new for members. No, yeah, did I? Members only. That because as members you get access to the Discord, and now it's up there. So all you new members, you have now access to my Discord. That's not Lee Morgan. It's illegal voices. Yes.
Illegal voices. We need to show it to him.
Yeah, Jeff really needs to watch this. I hope.
Yeah.
But let's continue.
At a certain time, at or about Valentine's Day of 1996, I believe, the couple went to Le Trapeze, and I think it was on the wall at Le Trapeze where an advertisement was placed to go to a house in Massapequa Park for partying, for switching, for swapping.
Swapping.
She went with her boyfriend
out
to Long Island. But before they went, her boyfriend picked up a woman in New York, in the city, who had apparently just gotten out of jail. And she was disheveled and hungry, and she was a sex worker. We don't know the details yet of how he came to know her, but he knew her. And she came in the car with the two of them. They went to Massapequa Park. Before they got there, they stopped at a gas station, and the girl who was with them expressed some apprehension about where they were going and why. That was all wiped out when it was pointed out that he's a police detective, so don't worry, no problem. They ended up going to Rex Heuermann's house. In the house was the wife of Rex Heuermann and Rex Heuermann and the other girl. The other girl who we believe to be Karen Vergata.
I missed that. His wife.
The other girl.
This girl disappears downstairs at the house. Rex Heuermann disappears. And according to our witness and other witnesses I've talked to, when men are swingers with their partner, very often they switch sexually. They go back and forth between male and female. And so Heuermann leaves the main floor and disappears either into another bedroom or downstairs. It's not clear. And the witness talks to Rex's wife. She doesn't want to have sex like she had expected to occur because our client believes because our client is an African-American woman. And Heuermann didn't like that. Ellerup, rather, didn't like that. So there was no sex between them, as was originally planned.
He married a racist?
Instead, the sex is between Heuermann and the other man.
Well, now I don't root for this guy.
At some point, the witness goes looking for her partner and is kind of upset that he doesn't emerge. He emerges, and finally they leave, and kind of in a hurry. But when they leave, as they're leaving, the witness points out that she could see in the window
There's
looking
this
out
gang.
the girl that had come with them. And she says to her driver, her partner, "What are we doing? Are we taking her?" And the partner says, "Don't worry. They're just playing a game. She stays there. No problem." With that, the girl runs out of the house naked and is running in front of the garage. And now the witness says, "Hey, shouldn't we be taking her? Something's wrong here." And the driver tells her, "Nah, they're just playing a game. Leave it." And they leave. She never hears about the incident again. She distinctly remembers Heuermann. She also had intercourse with Heuermann that same day. And she kind of buries it and forgets about it. Until on TV, she sees the picture of Karen Vergata. And she recognizes her and said, "That's her." And she recognizes Rex Heuermann. And so she comes forward, and I meet her. I interview her at great length. I also had the police department. We arranged for detectives to interview her. And I found her story. I interviewed her for 3 times for a total of 9 hours. And I found her story to be credible. She also mentioned that Rex would go out in the backyard and start a fire at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning in a big barrel that was outside in the back. And she was worried about that too, that it would attract police. Anyway, she seemed credible. She appears to be credible. And she was willing to sign an affidavit to that effect. And that affidavit will be available to everybody. And in the details I've just told you, you will find there. The second witness who's come forward. This woman is not a sex worker, never was. She's not a switcher or swapper. She's not involved in any sexual activities whatsoever. She has nothing to gain by coming forward. She's not looking for a book or money or the usual things that you're hearing about. She's just out there. Forward. None of that. But she came forward because she's very disturbed about what she knows after she also saw Rex Heuermann on television and Shannon Gilbert. And here is her story. She's a banker by day,
so inappropriate.
And at night she worked extra in Suffolk County as a taxi driver to take care of her family. It was a one-parent family. As a taxi driver, she is called from her dispatcher to go to the Sayville Motor Lodge on Sunrise Highway, that infamous place that the commissioner here busted a year ago, and for prostitution and other illegal activities. She's called to go to that place, and that there's a girl awaiting her who's locked in a bathroom and will come out if she flashes her lights and beeps the horn. And she goes there and does that several times. It doesn't work. But then suddenly a giant man who fits the description of Rex Heuermann comes out, and he's covering his face with his arms so he can't be seen, and he runs to a van or an SUV right nearby that's parked right there.
Has he got a scrunchie?
She continues to flash her lights and beep her horn, and out comes a girl crying, shaking, very upset, and gets in her car.
Yeah.
It's a scrunchie. It's a pink scrunchie.
What can I say?
Yeah, stray. Yeah. Oh dear, I wanted to turn around, do a full 360. I want to see the whole thing in full effect. Oh wow. Okay, I wish he would just read the affidavits. Like, he is confusing me so much.
Yeah, I mean, he's telling a story as in a press conference, but the affidavits are the important thing. What was actually said in those
Yeah.
affidavits? Because everything about this swinger stuff, that's just the background.
Uh-huh.
That shouldn't be a focus. But why does he make it a focus? I don't get it.
It's just,
Because in the grand scheme of all, it is okay. How did you see him? What happened? And
it's just like he's having like a little chin wag, you know, like a little blower on over a beer at the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can't follow you, dude. Also, I can't concentrate. Like, I'm just looking at you, and like people are switching, people are swapping. She's not a hooker. She is. She's an upstanding lady, and you know, like really, she went downstairs and she went out crying, and they didn't take her. And I'm like, who are you even talking about?
I know.
I mean, this was 1996. That is 23 years ago. A lot of things can change in 23 years with a woman. Just saying.
It can change in 24 hours.
Yeah, that too.
He's a complicated man. No one understands him but his woman. I don't know.
Car. There they talk for a while, and then eventually they drive to the Ronkonkoma, I believe, Ronkonkoma Railroad Station, so that this girl can go back in to New York City. This girl was a sex worker who was servicing the big man, and
a D large man.
the man
Servicing the big man.
His terms are amazing.
Yeah. The way he describes these different things is, yeah. But let's do one more of these. We have 22, I think. We have 22 left. We have been gifted 50 memberships. I think gifted 50. 3 people became members. The goal is 75 for this stream. If we reach that goal, I will make a members-only video each day of next week, Monday through Sunday. That is apart from anything else I do. That will be about the farm, how long the renovation has gone, maybe a bit about the cars, maybe a bit about my asshole cat, a bit about Hugo the ass burner, and if you don't know who that is, you will find out. Okay.
You really paused quite a bit after asshole and cat, just so you know.
Yeah.
It'll be about my asshole. Cat.
Do not clip that without the cat. I will tell you about my asshole. Oh crap! I gave you all a new opportunity. Yeah. Cheers, folks. Yeah. And if you don't know, Hugo has so far he is producing chili fruits. I will be harvesting chili seeds. So I can send it through mail. I am in contact with the U.S. authority, government, blah, 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 on how to do that. And everything about that has a separate channel on my Discord. So you can be the proud owner and grow your own Hugo the Ass Burner. All right. Let's move on. Oh, they disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot beginning and end. grifting time. Dun, dun, dun.
Had seduced her into coming to Sayville by
That's an interesting line to begin with. Seduced her into coming. Yeah. Oh, I would assume so. Oh, Sherry Reed, you wonderful woman. Gifted 20 memberships. Wow.
Oh my goodness!
Thank you so much. Thank you so much
Wow.
to a lot of people. And you see yourself. And if you don't see yourself, that is because, but it will be sent to you via your mail, I hope. 2 or 3 more. Or just gift 5. Yeah, something like that. We are so close to today's goal of 75 new members. Oh, Debbie, you awesome woman. We have reached
Debbie!
the goal of 75, even more than 75 memberships. Next week, I will produce 1 members only video for each day of the week.
Now you gotta
Thank
cough
you,
up.
Debbie. Thank you so much. This means the world to me. You have no idea how much this means to me. Thank you so much.
You have an
Thank you.
incredible chat.
Yeah,
You really do.
I have an amazing, and I had a discussion over Twitter just a few days ago about a person who said, for some reason, she been through rough times, but just listening to my streams made everything easier. I have no idea how I make it easier, but if just the notion of I will keep doing what I do, and if it helps you, that's amazing. And if you're going through hard times and need my streams just to make your mind drift for a bit, and it helps you, that's amazing.
Wonderful.
That's amazing. And yeah, but thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you. And everybody who was gifted memberships, thank Debbie for, it's amazing. Thank you so much.
Everyone who gifted, everyone today. Wow, I'm blown away. That's incredible. So many gifts today.
Yeah, so many gifts.
Ah.
And Sandra, Nick, the bikini you wear needs to be pink polka dot. I can make that happen, but I've said this even when I was drunk, I made it a $10,000 super chat stream, and that is a really high goal. I know there are lot of YouTubers that have reached that goal.
Oh yeah.
But I'm nowhere near that goal. So hopefully that is way in the future. Thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you so much. But let's continue with this amazing interview.
Beautiful, man.
Press conference.
Amazing.
several times over the telephone, convincing her that he was just a nice man who was going to help work with her to help her family, her mother, her sisters, and her boyfriend.
Aww.
Shannon has a mother, sisters, and a boyfriend at that time.
I always try
What
to help.
sound does a Viking make compared to pirate? I'm not entirely sure.
Something about R, maybe? I don't know.
Well, there are some rumors that the Scots got their war cries from the Vikings. So I would assume it is a lot of banging of shields and just screaming and then charge the fork in. It was an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow pinky dot bikini. Da 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 da. Itsy bitsy teeny weeny pink polka dot bikini. Yeah. And if you want me to stop sing,
send super chats and memberships.
Super chat that.
Oh.
She had her hair pulled back, and because she often wore wigs. This girl turns out to be Shannon Gilbert.
Okay, so Shannon Gilbert
Now,
has
Shannon
a connection to
is lured into doing this particular tryst, and she's given an envelope or shown an envelope by the man that looked like it was stuffed full of money. And he tells her, there's $1,000 in there. It's for you and your family no matter what happens tonight. She looks in the envelope when he goes to the bathroom, and it's stuffed with paper. And so she panics and realizes something's wrong. So she goes in the bathroom, and he had become very aggressive, very angry. She goes in the bathroom, locks the door, and calls to get a cab. And that's how she comes out. They speak for over an hour. So the driver knows her well and notices that she has a drooping eye, which is characteristic of Shannon, and also a characteristic of her family, by the way, going back for a generation or two. And so she notices that, and it helps her to remember Shannon when she sees her later on. That's the first part of the story. It doesn't end there. This is part two. Several days or weeks later, it's not clear, and this is all occurring in the fall of 2009. This is all occurring. The driver gets another call from the same dispatcher and says that there's a man named Matt who she's to pick up right off of exit 59 in the expressway, and he would be at a bar that was there by, I guess, Ocean Avenue, somewhere over there. She goes there, pulls up on a side street between the bar and a house right next to it, and she sees a girl in a window, and then she sees to the right of her a huge man rising up, coming to the car. He's dressed in camouflage, and he leans in and then jumps in the back seat, sits on the edge, and leans over and starts talking to her, and she's watching him very carefully in the mirror. And she recognizes him as the same guy that was at the motel a little while before. And she now knows him to be, she recognizes him from the media as Rex Heuermann. He says to her that he wants her to take him on a long trip into the woods. In other words, he changed the destination she had been told, which caused her immediately to become suspicious. And he was very upset, very angry. And he began to dispute with her when she said, I'm not going on a long trip anywhere. And with that, he gets extremely angry and threatens to kill her and tells her, I already want to kill you. Just give me a reason. And he had a gun, a handgun.
What?
I mean, this is buffered a solid 2.5 minutes. This is the normal YouTube versus StreamYard shenanigans, that it doesn't matter how much it's buffered. Sometimes it just forks up the connection.
I don't even think it's StreamYard. I think it's just YouTube. I've had that happen.
Yeah, it probably is.
Streaming.
But how can you say this sort of like second, third-hand hearsay just out in the public sphere like this?
Yeah, this is kind of getting out of
I
hand.
don't know. It's a press conference, and he has left in the affidavits, and now he wants to make a story out of it and to have it in the news. And sometimes, if there isn't a protective order in place or a gag or anything, you talk as long as the court says you're allowed to talk.
Doesn't seem right.
Dun, dun, dun. No, I don't want to find out why. But what? Okay, new thing. I created a wish list on Amazon so that drunk me has somewhere to go.
Smart.
And I will not share the link, but this is some of the things I let's hold in. So I have different jackets stuff like that, and go into Amazon and you need to have this there and this in there, because drunk me will probably buy it for me, or as of now, soon me will buy 2 hours ago me, and I found some. I mean, we were talking about pink earlier.
Wow.
It's a little bit festive.
This is something. Now I might, when I get brave enough, I might actually post a link to my wish list. But
please,
not
yes.
not at the moment, because I don't want people to spend 50, 75, 70 bucks plus just to send me a jacket. Drunk me is perfectly capable of getting me weird stuff. Now, drunk me sometimes makes don't just buy clothes. For instance, what's the word in English?
Say the word. Maybe Mads can help you. Oh, does
Sparbössa.
Mads speak your language?
Yes. Sorry.
Piggyback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So about a month and a half ago, I got one in the shape of a female body part with a slot. Well, you can imagine. And I can't
A
show
mouth.
it on.
Or no, a nose.
Whilst we're on this topic,
Yes.
Dali's buying something this week.
I am.
Oh,
Aren't you?
really?
Yes, for my
yeah,
Halloween stream.
Oh, do you want me to wear it for your Halloween stream?
You told me you would.
No, I said it was for experts, but I'll wear it for yours.
You said it was for mine.
Did I? Well, yours is first, so yours is.
Mine's first, because Halloween comes first for me, because I am in the future.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
I am going to get a penis costume.
Yay! Yes.
Well,
and
that's the male equivalent of the piggy bank drunk me got me. And you have your coins, and yeah, I can't show it because that would definitely get me yeeted. But
Post
you
it in
can imagine
Discord.
what it looks like. That was interesting. I'm very, very happy I don't do unboxing streams. Very, very happy.
but they do so well.
Yeah,
They
it's
do.
like they're made for.
I'll do an unboxing stream for my costume.
Yeah.
Now, I accidentally bought a $500 Halloween costume.
Oof.
And I
Really?
bought another costume which we will have on, because Tuesday the 31st, Halloween, is Yodi Day.
Oh, it is.
So, so tune in on Yodi Day, Tuesday,
Yodi Day.
where we might have something going on. Now,
Yay!
the Swedish Halloween, All Hallows Eve, is on Saturday the 4th, which is also Yodi Day. That is where I have my actual costume.
Oh, your actual costume. Do you have several costumes?
I have one for Yodi Day, and I have one for Saturday.
Oh. Can you get a third one going? Maybe?
No. Let's. I already have these things going on, but All Hallows Eve for Sweden is more about the remembrance of the people we have lost.
I do know what All Hallows is. Yes.
Yeah,
have a
Halloween
mascot,
is more of the party thing. Now Saturday will be also more of a party thing, but Swedish version, but also a bit of remembrance.
Yes.
Because sadly, when you reach my age, you get to go to more funerals than weddings, and divorce parties and stuff like that. And
divorce parties, is that a thing?
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, when your mate finally gets rid of that woman, of course you. Congratulations, mate! You put the foot in her arse, and congratulations. Let's go drink. That's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Women does it too.
I'm sure.
Divorce parties,
Hmm.
and
Such a
sometimes
long
they do it.
process.
I even been to one where they celebrated together. Yay, we finally divorced. So
High
they had a joint. They had a joint party. That was that. I was so scared that they would end up together again after that party, because they kind of now when we're not married, we have no obligations, no fighting. Yeah, I was kind of scared, but they kept being divorced, and that was an interesting party. That I yeah. Oh, but we are here for this pimp lawyer here. A joint party, so a Rasta party. Oh, you.
Rasta party.
A Rastafari party. Yeah, that's a joint party. Oh.
Yeah, man.
Sal, when you're in your costume, which hole do you? I mean, there's only.
My mouth is by
one.
just the tip.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's not gay or anything.
Oh, thank you. I was afraid of that.
Hey, it's got an inflatable fan to keep me cool.
It's got an inflatable fanny?
Yeah. It requires 4 AA's not included.
Now, if you are short in stature and you bought too big of a costume, does that make it one of these wiggly blow-up things?
No, supposedly it one size fits most is what it says.
Okay. I told you something. Meme told me that he bought that costume and it didn't fit him. He was too big for it.
Yeah, I mean, when I buy one size fits most, that is when I get one of the.
I am like 6'3", so
that's when I get like this fest, because apparently one size fits most does not include my head.
It does not include
it really
freakish
don't.
No. Nick does have
it's a
a
nice
head.
fest, but it really don't really. No,
Nick has gigantism.
Yeah. And hypergonadism.
Yeah,
that's big test.
One size fits most does not include 6'4", 250 pounds.
No.
I'm 6'2", 6'3", 220.
Are you 6'2"?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm a big boy.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
God had to give me something.
Yeah. Well, you can fix Greta, maybe. You discovered she grew up.
I'll leave her for David Hogg. Americans will get that joke.
I was equally surprised. Yeah, I have to apologize, Sal, but I assumed you were like 5'8", 5'10", maybe. But if you're 6'6", I mean, if you're 6'2", 220, I mean, get some women, because if you got at least one of the sixes of the 666, well, go get out there. You can fake the rest.
The reason we think that he's shorter is because he's always like falling down the camera. Like,
I know. I need to
like he's always like falling.
Yeah, and I mean, people really didn't knew my size until the stream with Dave and Baker. Yeah. Where's that photo?
Yeah, fair. It's the angle of Sal's camera. That's it.
Let's see here. Where is it? Yeah, angle of the camera. Yeah, but still.
Potentially criminal camera angle.
Yeah. I mean, there's a slight difference.
Just a bit, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Dave is, what is it, 5'8", 5'9"? Baker is 5'10", something 5'11", but he's in the background. Yeah,
Becca
but
looks so different in real life.
me and Dave is actually standing beside each other.
Oof.
Yeah.
Dave's so teeny.
You know, he shouldn't be near rainbows and wearing green. I mean,
There, I'm not going to hunch too
where
much now.
where were we? Yeah,
Great,
Oh,
making me like way more self-conscious.
No,
What?
don't be self-conscious.
Kidding.
Don't.
I'm kidding.
what?
That was lovely.
Yeah, MLS is Napoleon-sized.
He's like 5'7", I think.
Yeah,
Who,
something like that.
Napoleon?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dave's 5'10".
Oh, is he 5'10"?
Mm.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, Sal's not fond of the gutter. I mean, when Dave had a video out because we met, and then we shook hands, hug, and everything. And for some odd reason, he put the camera in his chest angle, which was my belly angle. So for a good minute and a half, all he filmed was my belly. And speaking about bellies, hi Kaiser, how you doing?
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hey.
I feel slightly attacked.
Wow.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, we are doing good. We are doing good. I reached my goal of 75 new members during this stream.
How good's that?
That's
Damn.
amazing. Yeah, I thought I made a bit too high of a goal, but now I'm doing 1 member video per day next week. Thank
Nice.
you to the gifted memberships and the people who paid for their own memberships. And so, let's see here. Thank you to Audra,
Aw.
Noise.
Rabbit, Lou, David, where is it? Merce-Turf, Debbie. Then we had new member, Sherry, 10 members, Sherry, 20, and Debbie, 5. I mean, it's
Nice.
amazing. I can't thank you all enough. And my channel thanks you and everything. And next week you will get a new members only video each day. And so I have work cut out for me. Some will be of the farm, the renovations, my asshole cat, and stuff like that. I will find things to show.
You're saying that a
you.
lot quicker now.
What?
My asshole cat.
Yeah, I'm saying that in a complete sentence now. I don't want to make that pause. But that is probably already clear when I say, I will feel my asshole cat.
Yeah, the Oxford comma gets you every time.
Damn comma.
Damn comma. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I watched this with Mo the other day, and holy moly.
Oh, yeah.
It is so amazing.
It just, better and better.
Yeah. And between, I think between 9 and 14 minutes, I added. I mean, it
Appropriate.
Strangely appropriate to when he started to describe in details what's going on at swingers clubs.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate the train wreck that is this man's wardrobe? The pink shirt, the hot pink magenta polka dot tie, the black satin suit jacket, the purple hair tie, the trilby that's got the vertical stripes, and then the brown band with the yellow like diagonal stripes, and then the pimp cane on top of it.
You missed something.
Oh
the
my
scrunchie.
god!
It's a pink
scrunchie.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't think because the only thing I have it's my cane. But this is not a pimp cane, at least I don't think so. this is my wolf head cane because drunk me decided that my bad knees. I have these usual hospital thingies.
Yeah, from your foot.
Yeah. So, but he said I needed this instead. So drunk me got this cane.
I think I remember when you
cane.
actually
Cool.
bought that for yourself on stream.
Mm.
I was on like it was the last Friday I was on was whenever you got that for yourself, and I was like, yeah, that's an awesome cane. And I'm like, yeah, this one beats out this guy's.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I actually did buy it on stream. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I remember it.
Drunk me is an amazing guy. And
He really is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Sober you's not bad either.
and I did a Amazon wish list, so everybody on Discord or anything, if you find something that you think that drunk me yeah, that's something for drunk Nick, because
I noticed.
sometimes drunk Nick buys other stuff for me, like piggy bank in the shape of a female, yeah, where you put the coins into, yeah.
When you put the coins in.
Can I just make a slight observation here? Are these Chinese made suit jackets? Because I find it very strange with if they are made in China that their name is Koof Andy.
What?
I broke the stream, y'all. Okay, Kaiser out.
Oh, that's so funny. I mean, Barry Wang, yeah, but Koof Andy, yeah. Oh god. But this is Dave Paul Jones. I mean, yeah.
Tell me they don't come from Wuhan.
I don't know. Let's see.
You might have a little something extra than in your suit jacket.
I have no idea.
I do like the green though. That is that is styling.
Pretty nice.
I'll wear that next time I go to court.
Oh, you got to get the gold one for
The
streams,
gold
man.
one.
The
Yes.
gold one with the black collar.
Yeah. Take that to swinger
that
parties.
Oh yeah.
Let's see that one.
Okay, I will add that to the
That's worth
list.
COVID.
Kaiser's got
Yeah, so-
knows the style.
Yeah, but
Come
I
on.
also have this on
Oh
the list.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is so far this is a Amazon wish list, but I won't share the link to that because this is just so I can have some control over drunk me what he gets sober me, some control, because
Can we look at the
some of
bluey
the
one?
things I get what.
The bluey one at the bottom is like a mermaid kind of color.
Ooh, is that kind of like one of those color change? Oh, it
Ooh.
is.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's super tacky. Get
I would
that.
totally dress like that every day if I had a body for it. And trust me, unfortunately, I have the body of a god. Unfortunately, it's Buddha.
Yep, yeah, I am there with you. I'm not right there with you. But this guy, he hasn't had fucks to give in decades.
Clearly.
You have to admire him.
Yeah, I mean, yes,
I don't think
it's
he's
funny,
married.
it's hilarious. No, he's married.
Well, he has like a pimp ring on his right hand, but aren't wedding rings normally done on the left hand?
Yeah, on the left hand, the ring finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't have one there.
Okay, he doesn't. Okay.
His right hand has a ring, but
Mm-hmm.
because no wife would let their husband out the door.
I was literally just thinking that, Sal. I was literally just thinking that. No female would let their husband walk out of the house looking like that. Like, oh, hell no, honey, get back here.
He definitely dressed himself.
Yeah.
It's like what happens when your 2-year-old, like, you let your 2-year-old dress themselves. And I know because I have one.
I'm wearing
Are you
this.
sure don't you want matching socks? No. Don't you want matching shoes? No. Can you at least have one left and one right shoe? No. Yeah.
Well, how am I going to match? You got to match the alligator with the ostrich. You got to show them both off. So you just wear one of each.
Yeah.
Do what?
Like
Do
everything I own.
do Oxfords on one, Brogues on the other? You know.
Yeah, matching is overrated. Now, I'm one of these guys. I mean, my color palette is in gray shades. Now, apparently, with enough alcohol, it gets shaded. But it's from black to white and then every shade of gray in between, because then everything will match, including the socks. Even if there are long socks or short socks, nobody will see it when they are in a pair of shoes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But Drunk Me has a different opinion. All of a sudden, I have orange socks, and yeah, somebody found the Happy Socks page, and yeah, those were expensive, so I blocked that page. I mean, I can get Happy Socks from somewhere else just by wearing them. Wait. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, we have 7. For the past hour and a half, we have played 17 minutes of this press conference. And, but, I mean, this guy, I mean, it's funny, but, and the way he presents the affidavits and the testimonies, but he makes news. He makes people talk about him and what he actually says. He makes headlines. And that, how I hope he doesn't show up in court like that. But
I kind of hope he does.
Oh, I hope he does, because
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
he could star in My Cousin Vinny Part 2.
This is the guy for the remake of My Cousin Vinny. Well,
Yep.
he'd need to be black, but he would dress like this.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
The
that
net-
poor,
Yeah, the Netflix
that
version.
poor
Netflix
sergeant.
adaptation.
Yeah.
Well,
that
and he'd
poor
have to be
cop
a
beside him.
lesbian woman. Sorry, go ahead.
That poor cop beside him who has
Oh,
to
the
I
act
cop is
know,
so
serious
the
pissed.
poor
all the
guy.
time. Yeah.
You just
Is that a cop?
Yeah, that's
you
the
just
lead,
know
like
you just
investigator or captain.
you just know that guy that's standing right next to him was just sitting there, just like, I took all this time picking out a nice suit, a nice tie. This guy shows up next to me. Now he's gonna
Yeah.
talk for like an hour straight, and
I'm
I'm just
going
gonna have to
to
sit
effing
here
get
going,
revenge for
"Oh
Rodney
my
King."
god!"
I mean, if you go by stereotypes, it should be switched.
I know, like he is a '70s pimp with a cane, and like,
Yeah.
and
I have to wait until they pad it out just to see if he has some form of platform shoes.
this cop is
Yes.
gonna just pull him over
mean,
later.
Oh, there's
Ghostry-
definitely pointy
Ghostry says-
toes on
Yeah.
his shoes for
Ghostry
sure, and
says
they'd
he
be
shows
shiny.
up everywhere in
I want to give
pimp
this
suits.
MF for some wood shampoo.
And if he had done this for his entire career, he is a lawyer. I mean,
I
he
know.
does.
That's the weirdest part.
It's not even a. I need a suit made out of some type of cloth.
Oh, you
Oh,
Bob?
excited. Oh.
What
She was
happened?
offended by
Oh.
my cousin Vinny remark.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
probably. Or the land that doesn't exist ceased to exist. I
Or
don't
is
know.
it the Rodney King reference?
Ooh.
Can't we all just get along?
I know.
Let's hold hands and sing "We Shall
Kumbaya.
Overcome" for a bit.
Kumbaya.
Yeah, no. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm getting so yeeted.
It's a small world after all.
I was literally just gonna say that.
Which is like the most offensive ride you can possibly imagine. I went through it like 3-4 years ago, and I'm just laughing hysterically at all the stereotypes they have during the ride.
It's like the only way they could make that ride any better, I mean worse, is if they put it at Splash Mountain and they had all of the Song of the South references in
I
there.
know. Like, holy crap. Like, they have Asians, like, with the stereotypical facial expressions. I'm not going to say it. Like, working in rice paddies. It's like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh,
Like, how does nobody see how offensive this is?
yeah.
is
I
so
have
offensive.
to take a small whiz after 6 beers, so grift yourselves while.
Oh, actually, I might do the grift, and then when you get back, I'll say goodbye. So
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
cool.
Well, you
Okay.
have roughly 2.5 minutes.
Oh, I could talk
With
long
a
enough.
prostate issue.
You think you can talk long enough?
You do you first.
Okay,
Ladies
sweet.
first.
Ladies first. All right. Well, I've got a bunch of things coming up this week. Tomorrow I'll be on your show, Dali, but you can talk about that. But on Monday, I have a show coming up called Part 4 in the Becky Hill Murdoch Saga or Murdoch Saga. It is the beckoning, because Becky Hill, Becky Boo, it's about time that you got called to a hearing, and I have got, making it all simple, Dali Talk, of course, and Mr. Nick Starro, and Flux is joining me, and that is going to be 8 p.m. Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern, and that is going to be on Monday, so I'm just going to chuck that one in chat. The other thing that is going to be happening next week is on Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Halloween comes early because I'm in Aussie land. So that means that it's going to be my very first party stream. I've never had a party stream ever. Yep, party. You're invited. You're invited. He's invited. Everyone's invited. And you're going to get to see how lame we do Halloween in Australia. So I'm going to show you all sorts of really, really stupidly lame Australian Halloween stuff, and I'll pop that in chat in a second. But yeah, everyone come along. I'm going to have guests, games, Photoshop fun. I'm going to turn everyone into gremlins.
Nice.
Over to you.
Oh, you want to go first or me?
Doesn't matter to me, but I can.
You go, Kaiser.
Okay. So, folks, I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm under the weather right now. I'm, running to the bathroom about every 20 minutes. So, that's fun. Anyway, far as I know, I'm going to be basically taking a little bit of a short hiatus after today until Monday, but I should be back with my normal videos on Monday. And then, of course, on Wednesday, we're going to be doing Edge of Reality, and we're going to be doing the untold and, quite frankly, the story of Halloween that you don't really hear.
Ooh.
Because, understandably, we have an idea of where Halloween came from. But what if I told you it was wrong?
Ooh.
So, we're going to be covering that, the true origin of Halloween, and uncovering the mystery of why every single culture across every single corner of the world, tens of thousands of years ago, all have a celebration of the dead at the same exact time.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but now when you say it, that's because every society for the past, at least as in writing, the past several hundred years, is within a week.
Within 3 days.
Within 3. Yeah. Now, let's see here. Yeah, because Halloween, US, October 31st.
Mm-hmm.
Swedish All Hallows Eve is November 4th. But that is only because it is the first Saturday of November.
Mm-hmm.
And that is by pure convenience.
Yeah.
It can be the 1st, it can be the 7th. That is in convenience. But within 3 or 4 days, within a week.
Yep.
Every society. Now when you say it, yeah.
And it's everywhere from Indonesia, the steppes of Russia, all the way going to, even to North America, believe it or not, in the pre-settlement society. And you actually have the old, indigenous tribes that have actually got a celebration of the dead at the same time. How is that possible? We're going to get into it, and that's going to be on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, over on my channel. And then Thursday, of course, I'm going to be hanging out with the wonderful, the lovely Excited Utterance. And I need to get a pair of lobster claw oven mitts for my costume.
Nice.
So that's going to be awesome.
Yes.
But okay,
And-
Wednesday 3 p.m. 9 p.m. your time. That's 3 a.m.
9
my
p.m.
time.
Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, of course, Thursday. Thursday's going to be Real Talk Live, but I don't have an exact topic picked out for that one yet. I'm going to try and see if I can do another panel show. Maybe, or no, wait, Thursday's your thing, so I'm not doing Real Talk Live on Thursday. Never mind, I'm only doing one stream next week.
This is me planning out, so everyone can just push everything out on Thursday. It's all about.
But I do have one other cool bit of news for you on my channel. So I am officially at 690 subscribers. I am 10 subscribers away from 700, and I am pushing on my goal to get to 1,000 by January 1st of this year. So, and the reason I want to do that is because there's a few things, first of all, January is a fun month for movies and entertainment because it's a time of year we like to call, fuck you, it's January. It's basically whenever.
That's a mean-looking cat.
But, he looks so happy.
He is going
very, very happy.
And then in March, I want to get to 1,000 so I can grift the hell out of the month of March, because in the month of March, we have the release of Dune Part 2, and we have the release of Snow White, the Disney is a feature starring Rachel Zegler, and I am going to grift the hell out of it, and I'm going to try and make some bank off of it if I can. So that's why I need y'all's help to get to 1,000 subscribers by no later than January 1st.
Everybody,
that's going to happen.
Get over there, Replay Crew, get over to Kaiser Pineapple. Mr. Pineapple, have you heard?
Just real quick, I'm doing the Mark Jensen trial tomorrow. I got evidence from his trial. He wrote a 500-page manuscript. He is the weirdest, strangest person alive I've ever met. He collects peen pictures of different sizes and categorizes them. He unalived his wife, controversially.
That's the least controversial part?
No. Anyways, I'm reading.
It's actually the least controversial part.
I'm reading parts of his manuscript, and I also got like 30 pages of hand-drawn notes by him of his new girl or his new wife. He interviewed her in great detail about every man she had ever been with.
Sal?
Yes.
Did you clip my stream?
I think so.
Why?
On Twitter?
Uh-oh.
On Twitter?
Yeah, I did. Just sorry. Is that okay?
Yeah. As long as it's not members only, everybody can clip it.
Sorry.
Because, I say strange stuff, and I blame I'm Swedish.
Oh no, I was clipping something I did.
Okay. Oh, something you did.
Yeah. No, I'm watching the Diamondbacks game in the background, and they did something. I made a dumb facial reaction. No, it had nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Kaiser, have you seen that they are doing a live action of How to Train My Dragon?
Yes, and I've briefly talked about it. Like on one video, I mentioned it. That was really about as much as I got on that one. But then I think I mentioned it on
what the actress playing Sigrid has been. Yeah.
Yep.
And for all Scandinavians of Viking heritage, we don't care.
I know where this is going.
We don't care about your lazy attempt of making a point. Because it's a cartoon with dragons. It has English, Scottish, Irish, and American accents in one village. If you're trying to make it more inclusive, we don't care. We went to Constantinople. We went to North America.
You're not racist. You conquered all races.
We fucked them all. We are the most inclusive.
So Nicholas, what you're saying is that the Vikings were the true original Taste the Rainbow, because the original Skittles, y'all tasted the rainbow.
There's nothing they can do in How to Train Your Dragon that is more inclusive than the Vikings did.
Just say hi.
we went out
He said hi to all
around
kinds
the
of women.
Mediterranean, collecting people and allegedly made babies. There's nothing more inclusive than the original Vikings. So you who are not of Scandinavia, I mean, we have traded with the known Western world, with the Middle East. I mean, and you try to be, let's make it more, let's make it against the stereotypical Viking. The stereotypical Viking accepted everyone. We had trans people 1,000 years ago.
Really?
We had women warriors 1,000 years ago. Fuck you, you lazy woke. So that
You were the original woke. Back before it was cool.
Yeah, but we might not. I mean,
excuse me. Hi.
Yeah.
Okay,
Middle of rant interruption, but I have to go pick up my little girl from dancing.
Aww.
So I know, cute, hey. So thank you so much for having me, Nick and chat and everybody. And I will see you all around, I'm sure, this weekend. If not, I will see you Monday, Nick. And I will see you, Dali, tomorrow. I'll see you at the D-Large event. Kaiser, if I don't see you before Halloween special, I'll see you there.
I'll probably lurk
around.
in chat.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll see you lurking around. Have a great one, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah, so, I mean, when I say we don't, I mean, I don't care about her attempt of making more inclusive of this and that. I mean, when you trace, I mean, the original, we who can trace our families back to the 12th century.
Which I'm jealous
We
of.
have North African genealogy. We have Eastern European and Middle Eastern genealogy. I don't know about North American indigenous people, but I think we fucked them too, or they fucked us.
Somebody did the effing.
One or the other.
One or the other.
Love was made.
I mean, love was made. And we can joke around about the Vikings doing this and that 1,000 years ago. But here's the thing. If your village was visited by a boat full of people 1,000 years ago, most of people who will make me look short and thin, wouldn't your women go, "Ooh, what's that?" So we don't know how involuntarily it actually was. And if do you want to go back with us? Or would you like to stay with that, I almost said goat farmer, but...
Don't want to insult Val.
Yeah, I don't want to insult. I mean, I don't think, as much as we can joke around about it, I don't think that as much as it's alleged was involuntarily.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, foreigners, big muscular men, actual men, that I think that's kind of hot for most women in the world. Just saying. Yeah, where were we?
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
We were looking at this amazing man. And, I mean, going around in this kind of outfits, there's no insecurities here. There simply isn't. If you can walk around proudly look like an 80s pimp, there's no insecurities. So we have 18 more minutes, but I honestly don't think we... well, just keep listening.
She says, "I'm not going anywhere at this point," and she turns off the car and she says, "You can have the keys, you can have my money, whatever you want, just let me go. I'll let you have whatever you want." With that, her dispatcher is on the radio, and he says out loud, "We know, we see you, we hear you, we can tell who you are, and the man panics, gets out of the car. She's then able to drive away. She encounters a police car coming the other way. She believes that the police officer was called by a 911 caller on that issue. Could have been the girl who was in the house right next door from where she was. But comes the police, driving slowly with his lights off. She tells him the story, and the man had on a lanyard with a placard of some kind, as if he were a police officer. And she asked him, "Are you a cop?" And he said, "Yes." She said, "From where?" He said, "Brooklyn." With those facts in mind, she tells the police officer who's driving, "There's one of yours back there, and it looks like he's had a bad day. So you better go see what's what." Words to that effect. She later on hears from her dispatcher that this man, went into the woods and fired off his pistol twice. And she recognizes him very clearly to be Rex Heuermann when she sees him. So she's given us this affidavit as well. There's a pattern that's developing here of Rex Heuermann being somebody who tracks down people and haunts them. And Shannon Gilbert would therefore be no exception. Now, the third witness has not given a statement yet. The third witness contacted me from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And that witness clearly recalls being picked up. She was a street walker. She gets picked up by Rex Heuermann. He in Queens, and he drives, I think, near the big center there in Queens, and he drives her into a park in Flushing, where he makes her keep her head down at all times, commit oral sex, and then he has a pistol in his hand and tells her, "Get out of the car or I'm going to kill you. And don't do anything except what I tell you to do or I'm going to kill you." So she gets out of the car, and he tells her, before she does, he tells her, "I want you to pick up another person, another customer." She gets out of the car and immediately pulls up another SUV, and a man driving it, an African-American man. And the guy that picks her up is white. And she gets in the other guy's car. And the driver, Rex Heuermann, follows the car. They go. Finally get out of the car because she panics and pulls the wheel because she sees a cop car coming. So the cop sees them go jaggedy off the road, and the cop stops them. The cop then goes back, talks to Rex and the other driver, who gets out and walks back. The cop comes back and tells her, "Lady, if you want to make a complaint, you have to go to the precinct," and drives away. That's her story. She also has no reason. She refuses to come forward. She refuses to have herself identified. I know her name. I know her address. I've given it to the police. They're aware of it, and presumably they're investigating it. You see the pattern. There's a pattern of a guy who likes to play kind of sporting games with the sex workers, chases them, haunts them, hunts them. That's what we're looking at here, we believe, anyway. The fourth witness, and I'll finish on that, she comes from another state, and she's contacted me as well. I have very lengthy notes and recordings of what we discussed. She was a sex worker for many years, back in the time when all of these killings were occurring, and she serviced Rex Heuermann. She said that she would service Rex Heuermann over 20 times, and that he was a serial user of sex workers. He would sometimes have them come two at a time to his house, and his wife was home upstairs, and in one instance got very angry at one of the sex workers because the wife believed.
Now that's interesting, because that implicates that the wife was fully aware of what was going on.
Right?
That's a very...
And if she knew about, I mean, she could have only knew about the swinging and the sex workers, but that, I mean, how much did she actually... I think the cops should have a new conversation with her.
Was she abused?
You think?
Was she in fear? I mean, yeah, they should interview her. I'm just saying that.
Yeah. But
I
they
mean-
do know that the confirmed killings were during times when she was away from the house. And as EU said that his brother, Rex's brother, is a suspicious guy.
I don't know anything about his brother, but yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything about that as well, but I need to. I trust EU.
Yeah. I'm just really pissed because they aren't going to stream this trial. It's in New York. Apparently, they don't stream there.
What?
I know.
Yeah.
That's BS.
This is like the greatest trial ever.
Yeah.
Swinging and
come on, guys.
hookers and
yeah, I would assume that all the channels will apply to try to get cameras in there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what else? What is there? I mean, it's hookers and blow, both kinds, even.
Yeah. Oh.
Sounds like a hell of a Friday night.
Yeah. Oh. Unrelated. Did you hear about Mo's youngest when they explained that some people do manual labor and some people don't?
they work with their hands.
They work with their hands.
Okay.
So he said then in the car
On the way to school, Catholic school.
Catholic Christian school, that he thinks that college is crap, and he will be, when he grows up, he will be doing hand jobs.
He's going to go to hand job school.
Boy, and the funniest part, that honestly, the icing on the cake of that whole thing is I know from talking with Mo roughly where that is.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of in my same original home area. So
yeah.
I could just imagine the horror on the people's faces, especially at a Catholic school. And I'm sitting here going, oh, honey.
Well, it was her youngest, most feral, like 7-year-old, and her 10-year-old. And they were like just discussing the backseat of the car. I'm not going to go to college. I'm going to do hand jobs. That sounds cool. That's much better. And Mo's just driving, just like, huh? What? No.
And
this
trying to don't say this in school. No, this is not what it is. Simultaneously trying to not laugh her ass off.
And of course they knew she was horrified. So she had to basically like say, if you say that in school, I am taking your tablet. You are grounded to the end of the year. Do not say this. Well, why not? What's it mean?
Yeah.
That's one of those moments where I would probably preemptively like take the kid in and be like, okay, you might hear some stuff. Here's what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the first time.
Have a meeting with the school administrator and said, we were discussing manual labor and how some people are very hands-on. My kids interpreted that as
this way.
Yeah.
She's already had CPS called on her twice by the teacher in the previous school.
Oh no.
Yeah, and the latest time she was accused of being an OnlyFans model who locked her kid in the basement and so she could go on stream.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, every time she streams, her kid's wandering into the room talking to her.
Yeah. I mean, but kids are amazing in that way.
That so much like that. It's just
they
so
don't
funny.
have the filters.
No.
But if they work with their hands, that are hand jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, logic. I mean, the logic is.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but again, it's that moment where you're just like, oh, for the love of criminy. Okay. You have this moment of epiphany as a parent where your kid starts saying something and you're like, wait, no, don't say that. And they have no frame of reference. They have no idea what's going on. And it's just like, they are purely innocent. They have no idea of the situation. You're kind of like, man, I think
Yeah.
is like, kids should be able to. I mean, I wish people as adults had that level of, naivete
Awareness?
sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just very, very glad they weren't talking about leaf blowers.
I do have a famous story about my kid though. It was about a year ago, so he was just learning to talk, and so we were sitting there. We were making. It was my turn to get up with him. It's Saturday morning. It's my morning to get up with the kid, and so we go downstairs, and I go ahead and like, hey bud, you want me to go ahead and make some breakfast? He's like, yeah. And so he wants like bacon and eggs. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna whip out the cast iron pan. We're gonna throw out some bacon and eggs. We're gonna do this upright, and then I put it on the plate for him. And I'm like, okay, bud, because he had this fork. It was like an Elmo, had Elmo on the fork. And I said, all right, but where's your Elmo fork? And he just kind of looks around and he just starts going, Elmo fuck, Elmo fuck, Elmo fuck. And like running around repeating that. And I'm like, no. Let's not say that.
Oh, that's
recently
amazing.
he heard dad just get really exasperated just like with somebody and just like, oh my God. And he just started running around going, oh my God. I'm like, no. Kids are amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When mine's not trying to freak me out.
Okay,
Yeah,
we got
but as I
15
said,
minutes left.
Yeah, but I'm still glad that they weren't talking about leaf blowers and what that would have been.
Yeah.
Believed that the worker had stolen an iron from, for ironing clothes and had
this is
had it in the car with the driver. So the driver had to get out. Everybody had to search the car. There was no iron. But the wife knew about it and knew about, obviously, what was going on in order for that to happen. So she says that in her experience with Heuermann, he was never impolite. He was always nice. He was always funny. He treated her well, and there was no violence. But he certainly had contact with Rex constantly for a period of several years. That's as much as I'm able to tell you. There's plenty of other new evidence, which I think it will take too long at this press conference to discuss. There's plenty of new other evidence that's similar in kind and consistent with the kinds of things that I've just described to you. So with that thought, I'm hoping that the police department will continue, along with the task force, that they will continue to look into these things, investigate them thoroughly, make the synapses that haven't been made so far, connect them up and connect the dots, as it were. And I think we're getting to where we want to go. Lastly, I am still working on this case. Today, I took Joseph Brewer's deposition, John for Shannon Gilbert. I just finished it and came here. I'm still actively pursuing this case on my own, as well as cooperating with the police department and the task force. But for people out there who have information and are afraid to come forward to the police, they can talk to me. They can reveal whatever they want. I will reveal it to no one. I reveal these things with their permission, the things that I told you about. But anybody else that still has information, I'm available. My door is open. My phones are open. I can help you. Thank you.
The information presented about Karen Brigada, which is the first known victim of the serial killer. Does this lead you to make Rex Heuermann the prime suspect in her murder in 1996?
I don't want to make Rex Heuermann the prime suspect. I will say this, and I'll share this over and over again. The creation of the task force got us into a good place of being able to identify Rex for 3 of the sex workers that were discovered, and we're looking very good for the 4th one. But we also added 2 more investigators to the task force to take this type of information in and to pursue it, to follow it, to see if this is credible. That's very important, and that's why people don't understand. When I first came into this position, I sat down with John Ray, myself and the members of the task force, to have that conversation about information that he may have.
Imagine the first time he walked into the door.
Can we just appreciate how well put together this gentleman here is compared to the other guy?
Yeah.
He's well spoken, he's well dressed, and he just looks and sounds well put together. He knows what he's talking about, he knows what he's doing. He's a professional. And then we have Pimp Guy.
Oh, yeah. But this is the end of the fun part, because, yeah, this is a finally Friday stream. We are doing a week filled of clusterfucks. We talked about Greta Thunberg, and she has now been arrested 4 times, convicted twice, fined and everything, and then she came out as in favor of Gaza. And in the first picture, she had an octopus, and that was this.
Somebody's been watching some cartoons, apparently.
Japanese cartoon.
Yeah.
I was just thinking
But
that. I'm just like,
they were claiming that this octopus in the picture was anti-Semitic because there's an old 1940s pictures from Nazi Germany about Jews are taking over the world, and demonstrated by an octopus. Yeah, this was what was in the picture, and seriously, no, I don't think that means you're anti-Semitic. I mean, that's a big stretch. And because this is a guide for people with Asperger's and stuff, and autistic, to show what emotion do I have right now.
Funny enough, my kid has one of those.
Oh, you're
But
raising a Nazi kid.
Well, his is orange and purple, but yeah.
Greta's is always blue.
How dare you?
How dare you? Yeah. So I honestly don't think that take on Greta. I mean, in that case, she's dead wrong.
You don't have to make up stuff and exaggerate.
Yeah.
There's so much there to criticize her on.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a few people who made videos about it on YouTube about anti-Semitism, because that was in the picture where they hold up that picture.
Yeah.
And then we talked about the Delphi-case and the absolute clusterfuck about that one, where the defense has forcibly resigned from the case. Yeah. So this has been a good stream about clusterfucks. And I'm not sure who I'm supposed to redirect you to. I'm seeing here Law and Lumber is on, the DUI guy is on, Shizu Wisnut is on, Jessica Reloaded is on, Shanigram is on, The Expert, and a channel I follow that who is named Everyday N-Words, who is doing Lord of the Rings streams. I don't know who to read. Shizzy or Jessica? Who needs it more, Shizzy or Jessica?
Shizzy, maybe?
Yeah, they are doing Depp v. Heard stream. Try rewatch of Depp v. Heard.
I dropped your video in the private chat that kind of reminds me of the last conversation we had before we resumed on this. It's wholesome and funny.
Dun, dun, dun.
You can feel free to watch it ahead of time, but yeah, I wouldn't throw anything your way that I wasn't comfortable sharing.
Oh, yeah. Well, we are 3.5 hours in. We might as well watch it.
It's funny.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. Make him say another word.
Can you say gracias? Can you say gracias? Lawson. What's an easy word to say? Boobies.
Yeah.
And just his laugh and look at the camera, like right after that, it's like, oh yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. Oh,
wholesome laughs.
Yeah, that was a good way to end this stream. Thank you, Dali. Thank you, Kaiser. Thank you, EU. Thank you, Dave, who still haven't returned. Yeah, I'm so disappointed in Dave.
Leaves our pumpkin hanging.
Yeah, he is making pumpkins. But thank you all. Thank you for being here. Yeah, thank you for I think we reached 78 new members.
Nice.
That's
Woohoo.
amazing. Yeah. And let's do it one more time. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Yes, grifting time. Thank you for all the memberships. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for giving the thumbs up on the video. I will see you all tomorrow on Yodi Day. And on Sunday, we are almost done with Jeffrey Dahmer trial. We are almost done. We have listened to the verdict and the sentencing. Now we are listening to the interview with Jeffrey Dahmer's dad, who will reveal something that wasn't revealed in the trial about his upbringing. So that is for Sunday. Then Monday through Sunday, I will produce a members-only video because we reached the goal of 75 new members, which is amazing. I mean, you see the big channels, they get that before the stream even starts. But for me, that is huge. And it's amazing. Thank you all so much for making this channel happen. Without the viewers, without the members, I mean, $350 a month just to keep this afloat. I mean, it's thanks to you that this channel exists at all.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. I will see you all. Go subscribe to Dali. Go subscribe to Kaiser. And if you haven't subscribed to me, what are you doing?
Why are you watching?
Yeah.
All right. See you all in the near future. Thank you.
In Australia.
Bye-bye.
Bye.